Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Lapeef, Let's Talk. I'm Ciara. I'm introducing my crew. We got B-Nix. We got Tawana. We got Anton. And we got, I guess, Gino Black. Welcome to Lapeef, Let's Talk. We appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. It's going to be a great show. Y'all ready?
Yeah, we ready.
Y'all don't sound ready. Y'all coming in a little sluggish. Let's try this again. Y'all ready?
Oh, you already know.
I'm ready.
All right. Before we kick this show off, just want to just make a public service announcement. It's a little short little story real quick. So I'm talking to one of my guys. You know, hooping just opened up about a couple weeks ago in Chicago. And I was asking my guy, was he going to hoop? He said, I don't know. I said, why not, man? I said, the summer is coming. It's time to get these bodies right, get this cardio going. You know what he had the nerve to tell me?
What's that?
I'm married. He said he was married. I want to tell you fellas out there, I don't care if you're married, in a relationship, if you're seeing somebody, you have to take care of your bodies. You got to take care of yourselves. If you do not, Chad and Tyrone going to be right at her. And guess what? It's a possibility she might dip off. Chad and Tyrone do not give up, if you know what I'm saying. So, fellas, make sure you continue to work on your bodies. Now that I got that out the way, let's get this show started.
Oh, I love that one. That's a good public service announcement.
Hey, I got to let the fellas know. The fellas have to know. Continue to work on your bodies.
That's the truth.
Low-key, JR, I was thinking about that. You ain't hit my line and stuff, man. I saw your IG story and stuff, man.
What?
You didn't even hit me up to go hoop.
No, you know what? I forgot. And you right down the street because it's at the Pullman Center.
It was at the Pullman? Oh, it was at the Pullman.
Yeah, it's at the Pullman Center.
Right,
let's get this. Huh? Okay, let's get this show started. Our first topic for today, a woman always wants more than just the digging stick. A woman always wants more than just the digging stick. Y'all agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Tawana.
What's the digging stick? I'm sorry. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Oh, you know what the digging stick is.
Oh, okay.
Folks want to act all naive and stuff, man. I guess since we live, but I forgot you a lady. You're a lady.
Sometimes y'all use words and I don't know what they mean.
I know
Like,
y'all figure it out. Context clues.
that he said captain last week. I had to ask my kids what that meant. Like, I didn't even know what that meant.
Hey, go to urbandictionary.com like most of our elders go to.
All right, so
The information is free.
So go ahead with your question. Now I get it. Digging sticks. Okay.
Right. Digging sticks.
Okay, that's a nice
Again,
thing.
the topic for the night on the table: a woman always wants more than just your digging stick. You agree with that, Tawana?
Yeah. I mean, that's not even the most important thing to women, depending on who the woman is. I'm not saying that there aren't women who only want that, because there are. But when you have when women, most women, we have a purpose, right? We're looking for some stuff. We're looking for status. We're looking for power. We're looking for your financial security. We're looking for how your looks, not necessarily how fine you are, but your genes, like how my kids gonna look, how my future gonna look. That's how women think, so, and we want you to be intelligent. We want you to, and you don't even need, I'm not saying you got to be like a genius. I'm talking about, you got something that you special, that that you can bring to us, that you can teach me, like something, like, man, I'm a financial guru. I'm an accountant, I'm this, that. We love those things. So women, we definitely look at more than just how good you are in bed. That's important as well, but it's not the forefront, not for most women. We have other, we just not as limited as the physical. We need way more than that. And most times we got to be connected to you in that way for us to enjoy that, so that's my opinion.
Gino Black.
Well,
a woman always wants more than just your digging stick.
I mean, I can't answer for all women, but I'm gonna tell you, where a lot of men they overlook the fact that women like to have fun. It's like women like to laugh, women like conversation. So I mean, if you ain't having fun, it's like, I don't care. Like, you might be, super cold in the bed. You know what I'm saying? You might, have a lot of bread. You might be able to floss, do whatever. But at the same time, if she ain't having fun, if you're not entertaining, bro, somebody else that's making her laugh at the water cooler or whatever it work, hey, guess what? They got the shot, and they don't be the ones that slip in.
Anton, I see you shaking your head over there.
I'm just observing right now, bro. I'm just listening.
Okay, I see that cap on. Be next. A woman always wants more than just your digging stick.
I got two answers. For that night, it is about the pipe. It is. Like, if we talking about just an initial what's happening off first glance, that we at the bar, the setting, you out in the street, it's about the pipe. It is. Now I get if we talking about like relationship stuff like that, but my first initial answer, gotta go with the fact, hey, it's about the magic stick.
Anton.
It's about the magic stick, huh? Okay.
Hey, Anton, I saw that cap come on earlier. I'm just curious as
Hey,
to why
what
that cap went
cap
on.
mean? I gotta know what the cap mean.
Hey man, y'all gonna have to utilize these resources that we got available through technology now. Y'all can't be asking these questions live. Like,
from what I've gathered,
on a timeout or something.
It means you lying. That's what I was told. It means you're lying. It means you're fake or phony, and you're misrepresenting. And I was like, I know the hell he didn't call me a liar on the show, but that's what they said.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, So I want you to know that.
Okay, thank you.
You can be offended, just in case.
I got some extra props just in case I need to bring them out, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, Anton. But, like I see you keep dodging that. You had that cap on there. I'm just curious as to why you had that cap on.
Because it depends on who you are, where you are, and what type of women you're dealing with at that specific time, right? So, like, for example, when you're talking about, it's hard for me to even have this conversation as a regular guy, because I'm not a regular guy. I'm like absolutely phenomenal. Like, if we just being real, I'm in a whole nother space. So the type of women that I would interact with as far as showing interest, they showing interest beyond just the digging stick. Like they just want to be associated. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to be around a certain type of guy. And it harkens back to Tawana's whole philosophy when she was giving the example in the other show about being at the club and being associated when we was talking about, you know, who you are versus what you look like. If you look at what's happening, a lot of these women are just associating themselves with certain type of guys because they got that aura around them. They move in a certain type of way. Now, when you're talking about a woman, for example, that may be in a relationship that may be revenge cheating, or you know what I'm saying, or even a single chick that's out here and moving a certain type of way, her initial reaction is just based off of purely what's in front of her. Like she don't assess a guy or look at a guy at the bar and then just be a whole rundown of her next 10 years of her life, and then that's the whole, you know what I'm saying, thing that goes before her. Is what's in front of her at that specific time. So if you looking at it from that lens, it's 1000% in the moment about the digging stick. Now, the thing about women that's interesting that a lot of guys don't understand is that when you're dealing with a woman long term, whether she's single or she a side chick or whatever like that, she's more likely going to catch feelings and start to assess her life and your role in it. That's a completely different situation than a chick being there, living in the moment, being associated with you as a person, and her willing to do whatever it is to be around you at the time. So looking at it through the lens of a guy that just move a certain type of way, I understand that women just want to be around me. That's just the reality of the situation. So yeah, the digging stick just comes with it. But the more time you associate yourself or align yourself with certain type of women, the more she's going to try to figure out how you can play a larger role in her life. And it's just going to expand. So don't matter about how much you laughing. Don't matter about how much y'all at the water cooler. None of that other type of stuff. It's all about, even if y'all laughing at the water cooler, it's still emotionally attached that comes along with whatever the digging stick is going to be. She's using you as a moment, and it has nothing to do with your relevance in her life from a long-term view at all.
The digging stick it get old if that's just all you got.
No, but hey, you can't lie.
The digging stick
It
gets
unlocks
old
the
if that's
door.
all you got.
It unlocks the door. You would never be able to even knock down the door without that pipe. Without the pipe, it opens up the conversation. I get it down the road, sustainability, and I get what you're trying to talk about, Tawana. But right
That's
now,
not true either.
No,
I'm saying
a chick will sacrifice. Naturally, a chick will sacrifice for a long-term relationship with a guy if he fills all of these other roles that ensures her to be protected, provided for, you know, her to be able to live a certain type of lifestyle. She'll forego a lot of things if the sex is not right. She'll even compartmentalize in her mind that she can work with you and she'll figure it out. And that's on a long-term scale. But as far as like that short-term availability, it is about the digging stick. You're absolutely right, bro.
short term.
Hey, Jenna, what would you about to ready to say?
Short term, yeah. Long term, no.
Yeah, but what we talking about initially, opening up the conversation and really getting access. Yes, it's about the stick. That's why you got these.
When you already have made up your mind that he is nothing to you, then that's cool. Then it's like, oh, okay.
But you got to get to that point. You're not going to know that.
I know
the initial conversation of the initial conversation, first sight, the vibes, all that. It comes down to that stick every time in the initial.
I'm saying, but you're getting away from the topic.
Not really.
The topic saying is a woman wants more.
Yes, and we do.
Bottom line is she wants more. Now, I hear what you're saying, Anton, and I understand, like, I mean, you have certain women that will want to be around you, you know, just because of, you know, perhaps them being their ability to grow, you know. I mean, association, that's the thing with that, you know. However, it's like, you know, if you want somebody to really genuinely be around you, you know what I'm saying? I mean, why do people take trips? You know, why do people go out to the club? Why do people go and do different things? It's all about fun. You know, so if you're able to provide, you know, the stick and the fun, then I'm saying, you know, as far as like, you know, you just being that dude, you know, Wesley Pipes or whatever, it's like, that's cool. But I mean, she's trying to kick it too, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's like I say, I think a woman wants more. Most women like to, laugh and have a good time. So it's
yeah,
not
we want to have fun. Yeah, we want to have
saying
fun.
that you have to forego, you know what I'm saying, taking squaring away your lady or whatever. I'm just saying that she want more. I think she want more than just, the floss and stuff. That's cool too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, they want to be able to enjoy it. You can't enjoy it if you with somebody that's tight. You know what I'm saying? And they uptight. All they talk about is what they got and who they are. And I mean, that's cool. But it's like, that's almost like giving somebody your resume all the time.
I get it. I get that, Gino. My perspective, like I mentioned, I gave two answers. The first initial answer was, first thoughts was, it is about the stick. So they're not asking for more, because off initial first reaction, meeting someone, it is about that moment. That's what keeps people around. Then you look at it down the road, like you talking about, Tawana, relationship building, marriage, sustainability, resources. You mentioned finances, what you could do for me. Gino, you mentioned about fun. All that then comes after, if I like the stick that's being provided. If I don't like the stick provided, you're going to get ghosted.
But bro, you got to get to that part.
Not true.
No, that's definitely not true. Not for women.
None of that is true, bro.
Even from my personal experience, I cannot. I can't agree with that.
I'm just saying,
we don't think like that, B-Nix. Women, we just don't even think like that. On most women don't think like that. We need way more than that. Because if you got the status and you got the power and you got your financial security together, and you might be okay. You might be okay with the biggest stick. We gonna give you a chance. I don't even care.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You gonna get the chance. That's why I said it's two answers. If you're talking about relationship building and being together and all that, yeah, it is about everything else. How do you think one night stands come about?
Well, the one night stands because there's a physical attraction. Because there's a physical.
Because of the stick.
No, it's because that don't mean that your stick gonna be good. You don't know that. You don't know that. You just have a physical attraction to that person.
Right.
So that's like, okay, cool.
So is that not part of the
physical? See what the stick is like. Why do you think so many one night stands turn into long-term relationships? Because eventually you get to know the person and be like, this person, he kind of cool.
You can't say there's not people that make a career, not a career. Maybe I shouldn't have said career, but they do have a path of one night stands.
Gino, let me ask you a question, bro.
Yo.
So you telling me that it's all about fun with these chicks?
I didn't say
that you. Okay, so what are you saying? Give me some insight.
I'm saying, does she want more? Yeah, that's the answer. She wants to stick too. But why can't she have fun? It's like, does she want more, or does she just want to stick? I'm sticking to the topic.
Yeah, you stand on point, because that is a turnoff when men are bragging and they fake and they ain't able to connect and have a good time. Like, that's a turnoff for women. So
but the question that I'm asking is, what exactly are you telling me that she want more of? Like, you sticking to the topic, but you're not adding no context to the conversation. So when you say she want more, what does that entail?
Bro, when I said it, the F word, you know what I'm saying? Which is fun. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I say, I mean, if all you can really give somebody is your connects, a way to grow their business, their brand, their this, their that, you're gonna run out. You're gonna run out of spit. You're gonna run out of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, she wants to build herself, but eventually she wants to go have fun with it.
What?
It's not fun if you can't.
What are you talking about, bro?
I think, Gino, you talking about a specific time in someone's life.
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
What are you talking about, bro? You saying that?
I see it.
So you're saying that, and I'm just trying to get an understanding, right? You telling me that, yeah, okay, it's the dig and stick initially, and then eventually, whatever it is that you're providing her, it has to culminate in her ability to have fun. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I'm saying, don't twist what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying,
I'm asking you. I'm not twisting it.
I'm saying simply in terms of.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do the light skinned certified lover boy getting emotional thing this early in the show, bro. Like, you just got to be regular, man. You got to just have a regular conversation. I don't want you to let your emotions to take over, bro.
So really,
you already doing too much. You already doing the most, bro.
Because you letting your emotions. You letting your emotional side speak? Now, all I'm saying is
my emotion.
All I'm doing is
I knew
asking
he was
you a
gonna go
question
there.
for clarification, and you already getting emotional saying don't twist your words. What are you talking about, bro?
Okay, let's go back. My point is,
Okay. Are you out of your emotions yet?
No, I'm saying,
Are you out of your emotions yet?
Anton,
I kind of want to hear what he's trying to say, though.
you okay, bro?
I just want to make sure that I know what I'm dealing with. Okay, go ahead, bro.
I do want to hear. I do want to hear, Gino, what you.
I'm gonna have to get one of your hats, Anton.
Why? Because I'm trying to make sure that you're not emotional.
So I can say if you're lying or not.
Lying about what?
So listen, like I said, just dialing it back. Does a woman want more than just the digging stick? The answer is yes. I have a plethora of friends that will say the same thing, have said the same thing to me. You know what I'm saying?
I got that part. I got that part. I'm trying to get the context.
The part, like I said, in the initial discussion, I can't speak for another woman. You know what I'm saying? But just in answering, what do I think? The missing thing most of the time is fun. You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know, everything else, it kind of boils around to, you know, having a good time as well as the stick. So that's it, you know, and that's what's in addition to it. So are
you talking about 19-year-olds? Man, ain't no grown woman focused on the fun as the foundation of what you talking about.
I was saying that he's talking about
agreeing.
different. I agree with Anton to a certain degree because I feel like he's talking about Gino's talking about a woman at a specific time in her life. Like
about children.
Hey, but we can all say that same argument though.
If you're younger, yeah, I feel like that is true for some women that your priorities change as you shift, as you move up in age. But just a woman, like in general, most women want status, power, money, looks, and it's like they don't care just about the digging stick, and that's what I'm saying. That we always want more than just that. So,
but the context to that, though, Tawana, is that it's not about fun when you a woman at a certain age. We grown, bro. Every person on this panel is above 30 years old. If you dealing with a chick that's still talking about she wants some fun, you dealing with a child that's in a woman's body.
Right.
Like, ain't no grown woman talking like that.
What do you consider fun, though?
But hey,
fun for the chicks that I know is being able to go where they want to go when they want to go. It's to have a nice car. It's to not have to worry about coming home and something is wrong, like living in certain neighborhoods, being able to go and be with her friends. That's fun. Right. I don't know what kind of fun you talking about. But the fun that I'm talking about for women that I know is freedom, not necessarily fun per se.
I understand, Anton, but I'm saying once you've achieved those things, then what? Once you have that, I mean, I know, you know, like
that's like asking a person. What do you give a person that has everything? Some more of everything. Ain't no limit to the amount of greatness or freedom or availability of resources that a woman wants. She wants to be empowered to do the things that she wants to do, and it don't have nothing to do with fun because fun changes as it relates to certain spaces when you're talking about a level of maturity. When you're dealing with a certain type of woman that's past 22, that's out of college, she's beyond the whole idea of, you know what I'm saying, fun I think that you're defining it. You got to put it in a different context so that we can understand. Like our audience is grown people. They're not 19-year-olds, bro.
I put it in a different context for you. Fun.
Oh, for me?
Yeah. For you. So you understand that what I'm saying? Because like you said, let me change up the context.
Oh, snap. All right. Let me put my other glasses on. Let me put my glasses on so I can understand you better. Give me a second.
Well, you can't hear without your glasses, Anton. You know how some people can't hear without their glasses on.
I gotta take the stunners off and put the regular ones.
I put them glasses on
so I can hear effectively. He about to tell me something that's mind blowing. Go ahead, bro. Do your thing.
Ain't even about that, man.
Really?
Yeah, we having conversation or whatever. That's just that. My context of fun is having a good time.
Don't you get emotional on me? Don't you get emotional on me, bro? Come on.
I think you're looking for something different out of me, but you know, all I could give you is the real, man. You know, so
what's the real?
Yeah, so like I said, you know, fun is having a good time. Yeah. Fun is jokes. You know, fun is not being so much, you know, just tight. You know what I'm saying? It's being loose with it. You know, being able to give a joke, take a joke. All of that's fun. And I'm saying regardless of your status, there's plenty of ballers I know that's women that they have all of the things they need. They have a nice place. They have
bro,
a nice.
You don't understand women, bro. You don't understand what grown
I
women
understand what he's saying, though.
Man,
You understand? You understand what who's saying?
bro.
Gino.
Okay. Go ahead and tell us your version of
Tawana
what.
can't save you,
I
bro.
get what he's saying.
Tawana's trying to.
don't need
Tawana's trying to add context to make you look better.
No, I'm not.
Tawana can't save you.
I'm
Tawana,
just-
why are you trying to save him? Don't do that.
Anton's just used to a certain type of woman, a woman that's going to look up to him and see what she can get out of him. I understand that.
That's all women. What are you talking about? All women look up.
That's your perspective.
That's not a question.
That's your
That's not a question.
That's just his.
That's not a perspective. That's the truth. All women look up
That's
to
your
you.
truth.
The
He's not all
overwhelming
women look
majority
up
of
to you.
women that
Generalize.
the women that you deal with, if they see me, they will want me. That's the truth.
I'm saying to generalize all women.
Want you or look up to you. That's different, Anton.
They
know,
both. They will want me. They will want me as a result.
somebody look up to you don't mean they want you. They just
I mean, the people that
listen, bro. If
I know
you
talk about
walk in as you,
what people were
if you
in certain
walk in
parts
as
of their
you
life,
today-
but
hold on, B.
I know we
Hold
talk
on.
about
If
what
you
people
walk
at
in as
certain
you
parts of
today,
their life, but I mean, we
if you
can't.
walk
I
in as
still
you today-
feel that you know what it's still
Anton,
about
hold on. Let Nick talk for a second. Go ahead, Nick. What you saying?
No, it's y'all giving kind of variations of each other's answer
that's
without
not true.
saying it directly. But I mean, we want
You
more.
can walk
right?
in. You can walk in.
We talked about it in the past. We talked about resources. We talked about stability. We talked about providing all that. So that is something you can't say that people want. So that's, again, for me, only thing I can say is two answers. Initially out the door, Tawana, I know you disagree. I truly feel that it's about the stick. If
Really?
If the stick is not where it's at, you're not going to continue. If it is,
Tawana said
then
it's
it
not about
opens
the
that door to then have that future conversation.
She said it's not about the stick, but then it, like I said, it comes back down.
It is.
You walk in, cracking all of these jokes. I'm gonna walk in, being me, being an awesome dude that I am. When I leave, one or two things is gonna happen. Either your chick gonna want to be with me, or she's gonna want you and try to push you to be like me. That's the only two alternatives that come out of this conversation, bro. That's it. It's either me or nothing. Like either you can be like me or she can be with me, but it ain't no other options.
Hey man, that's a great opinion to have of yourself. I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, hey, that's what's up, man. Keep that working for you, bro.
All right, y'all. So a woman wants more than just a digging stick. Tawana, you said yes?
Yes.
Okay. Nick,
Absolutely.
you say yes? Nick, you say yes? Nick, you there?
It's internet.
I don't care.
I guess you're not there. Gino, you said
No,
yes?
say that again.
I said you said yes about
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And Gino, you say yes? No.
Yeah.
All right. That's on you with the yes too, right? She want more than a digging stick.
She wants the money. Come on, Anton. She wants the money.
She wants that's what she wants. She want an Anton, bro.
You said a one. I mean, listen.
All right. If you just tuning in, welcome to Lapeef. Let's talk. Let's get them likes up. Yeah, let's get them likes up.
Get them likes up.
Make sure y'all share. We got some more good content on the way. Y'all good? I think we should probably take a breath together right there. That was,
Ding,
that
ding,
was a
ding,
little,
ding.
that was a little fierce.
We phenomenal.
No, keep it moving, bro. Keep it moving.
We gonna make Gino a better version of himself by the time this show is over, bro.
Gino.
This dude has no idea who I am already. What it is. I understand.
Oh, I know who you are. I've seen your type before.
It's okay.
We gonna fix it though. Don't worry about it. Let's roll, JR.
Just your light skin coming. I could already tell he doesn't want me on the show. I don't know. It's okay. But I'm here.
I want you here. I think that this is a good lesson for us to teach our audience on how to do things differently.
You're gonna teach me some things. I understand. It's okay.
Only if you're open to it. I don't want you to be emotional about it though. Come on, let's roll, JR. We're gonna get there. We'll get there.
All right,
it's
again,
a process.
if you're just tuning in, welcome to Lapeef. Let's talk. Let's get them likes up. Moving on to our second topic, which is who's to blame for women not having to put the work in? Who's to blame for the women not having to put the work in? You understand that, Tawana?
Which what don't we put the work in? I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. What don't we put the work in?
You know, the work.
No, that
You know, somebody's at fault. You know, somebody's at fault because these women feel like they're entitled. They feel privileged. They feel like they don't have to do a damn thing. They just feel like, hey, I'm a woman, and you just got to do as I like. Who's at fault for that?
You should
Gino,
start with
coming to
Gino.
you.
Let's get his assessment.
Now we're gonna start with Anton.
Now go ahead, Gino.
I don't necessarily see a lot of women that's not putting in work. I mean, the women I know, man, I know
knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they got their own, and all they really looking for is that extra piece, the guy, you know, own place, own, you know, automobile, you know, savings, stocks, all of that, you know. So it seems like this day and age, you know, women have been taught to be independent, and you know, they're just looking for that final piece.
Gino, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one, but next, let's see if you can save him.
Hey, you know, I only speak for myself.
Who's to blame? Who's to blame for a woman not having to put the work in, next?
It's about the woman. The woman is responsible for what she's invests into the relationship. If you can't put in the work, it's your loss. And don't expect to meet the outcome of being able to sustain a relationship, keep the man you want, and to walk across that aisle. If you don't show the willingness and the effort to put in the work, then you know what? It's ultimately on the woman if they don't put in the work. So I'm looking at this, that it's up to the woman to be able to put in the work. So they're to blame.
The women are to blame. Tawana, I'm gonna ask you two questions because you are a woman.
Yeah.
Do you feel like women put work in?
Into a relationship, or are you just saying that are we accountable?
I mean, just in general.
Are we accountable for what we do? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, I feel like women lack accountability in a lot of ways. I do think that a lot of it starts with people supporting bad behavior and people supporting women doing certain things. Because if you continue to support that, then it's going to, you know, be seen as normalized, and women are going to continue to do it. I think that that's part of the reason why a lot of women don't take accountability, because if I'm showing my tail on social media, my daddy gonna call me, my uncles, Anton probably gonna call me, Jay, y'all all gonna call me probably and be like, and what the hell is wrong with you? But some men like these people post, they follow these women, they glorify it, they support all of this behavior.
They call simps, Tawana. I'm gonna give you the name for it.
Well, I got a question though.
And then they say, well, then they say women aren't accountable, but why you're not holding them accountable? And then all these men who have all these negative emotions, that triggers negative emotions in women. So if you want,
men, did you say emotional men?
I said negative emotion, because women, we're naturally emotional. It's our biology. Women can deny it or not. It is our so even when Anton be like, you emotional, I'll be like, so what? I'm a woman. I should be emotional. That's part of who I am. That's my DNA. But those types of things trigger. If you're negative toward women, you're going to hit a brick wall. But
the thing that you're not adding to that conversation, Tawana, the thing that you're not adding to the conversation is, though, regardless of how I come at you,
yeah,
you eventually listen and be like, you know what, I hear you, Anton, or I hear you, Ciara, or whatever. Yeah. And you take into consideration what we saying because you know that we got your best interest at heart.
But that's because you're always when someone doesn't have control, Anton, though, you can see that their respect level changes for you. And then when their respect level change for you, your respect level as a woman, you're going to change. So you always maintain your same level of tone with, you always maintain your level of confidence, and that's important. So yeah, if you guys reward bad behavior, women are never going to take accountability ever. And
when you say bad behavior, what's bad behavior?
No, hold on.
I just told you.
Hold on, next. I'm coming to you next.
And if you don't talk to us with a little bit of compassion, with a little sense, we're not going to respect you, and we're not going to, you have to tell us what we're doing wrong, but you can't come at us negatively or disrespectful. You have to learn how to communicate with women. And I'm sorry, that's why a lot of women don't take accountability. When I do something wrong, the men who come to me in my life, they treat me with respect and they tell me exactly what I did and I can correct my behavior. A lot of women don't have that, you know, so that's part of it. So some men are to blame.
Well, it sounds like they need to get some professional help to want them before they get in a relationship. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well,
go ahead, Nix. Hold on one second. Go ahead, Nix. What are you about to say?
You brought up a good point, and we talked about this a few shows back about accountability. And what trigger you gave me one of the key words. We talked about accountability, and we sat up here and we talked about partners holding each other accountable. And Anton, remember you said, what are you going to do? Beat people in order to hold them accountable? People are their own adults, right? So I still truly feel it's still a conversation, but the adults, if you're truly an adult, we just talked about how folks are 30 and above, it's your responsibility. Right. We're born all the time. I always say we're born with free will and intellect. Right. It is up to you as an individual. So since the question is talking about women, it is up to the woman to be able to put in the work. But the accountability piece, I think, is a good variable. Yeah. But I think that then now, do we hold people accountable? That's a slightly different question, but I think it's very relevant because it's like, do we hold people accountable? How do we go about doing that? But it has to be a level of responsibility that folks have within themselves to put in the work. I can't pull you across the finish line if you're not able to put in the work. You know, we've seen that. We have friends and family that we try to say you need to put in the work. If you're not a willing participant, that's on you as an adult. Be a grown woman and hold yourself accountable as well.
Yeah, it's not to replace women's role in it, but it is to say why you get that, why, you know, they don't have to put in
work. When they're not putting in the work, though,
they don't have to put in work.
We're adults.
They're not
half-assing it.
Held accountable. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just what happens, unfortunately.
So it kind of sounds like you guys are talking about women that's in relationships, right? Is that what you guys are talking about?
You could be single women.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really put it in the context. I was just talking about staying.
It's impossible to address every scenario and every type of woman and even define bad behavior or define any of these things. But it's all subjective. But you have to just listen to the entire, I guess you need someone in your life who's holding you accountable. And then you need people to stop supporting certain behavior so that you can hold women accountable in certain areas, or you can make women want to put the work in those areas because they will see it's not easy to do. I mean, I guess if, you know, all I got to do is post a sexy picture and it's like, oh, I'm going to get 1,000 men that's going to follow me, you know? So,
you know what made me think about this, Tawana? The people know what type of work to put in, because somebody may feel they're putting in work and that is not, it does not meet the criteria. You do not meet the prereqs of what I define as putting in work.
Right.
Folks are lazy at the same time. So I think we try to couch this as something that's not.
Listen, bro, women move a certain type of way around a certain type of guy. In the sense that when B-Nick said accountability, holding women accountable, I don't have to hold women accountable because I am the prize, which means that when women come around me, they move differently than they would move around a simp. One of the reasons why women are moving a certain type of way is because there's more simps than there are real dudes. There's more simps than there are guys that's actually red pilled. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. The point that comes back down to it is that when you have people that say, well, women is just looking for, a guy to complete them, then you talking about a certain type of guy and they're looking for an ultra beta male. They're looking for the ultimate beta male. They're not looking for a guy that moves a certain type of way, because when you a high value man, you don't even require the same things that a beta male require. You don't even look at a woman for what she makes. You don't look at women for what she's accomplished in her lifetime. You're looking for a woman that operates a certain type of way, that really lives in her femininity, and that woman will naturally subject herself to whatever it is that you have for her when she finds you to be the highest of the highest guys. Because again, Women are hypergamous, which means that women date up and men date down. So when you're talking about a certain type of guy, that guy is not necessarily looking for a woman to complete him. He's already moving in his purpose. He's already moving in a certain type of direction. And the woman that comes into his life is not based off of this criteria that ultra beta males look at. They're not looking for this thing. So when you're talking about women that's unwilling to do the work, they're not doing the work because they're so comfortable with all of these beta men that's validating them that they don't even want. And then you wind up with a circumstance where you have all of these single women that's all in these forums and all on the internet, and they all on these comments, and they talking about, I can't find the right type of guy. Is because so many simps validated you and gave you this thing in your mind that you felt like you was doing so awesome, but you achieved all of the wrong goals as it relates to a relationship. And now the one thing that you need to complete you, which is natural to you, because you operating unnaturally, trying to be like a man. We don't want competition in our homes. We want peace. We want serenity. We want a sandwich, and we want you to shut up when it's time to be quiet so that we can enjoy ourselves, because we've been out in the streets all day fighting to ensure that we got everything that we need in order for you to live the life and be the best version of yourself. So when you're talking and you having this conversation, you have to separate it. It's two type of guys. There's one that enable women with bad behavior through their actions, and it's another type of guy that don't even have to subject themselves to that certain type of level of woman, because he already know that a woman gonna move a certain type of way when she get around him. It's a completely different narrative.
I don't disagree with you, Anton. I feel like there's more than just two people. I always say that where the world is not binary, it's always an either or. I don't know how to look at the world as far as black and white, because the world is not just one or the other. But the thing is, I do get your point about what you're saying, your presence, right? Whatever you want to subscribe, to the language that you want to use or philosophy, it is about the expectations that are set forth in the relationship. To me, you mentioned some things about just giving you peace or providing for comfort for you like that. To me, I still define that as putting in the work. I know you're stating that I shouldn't have to say that. It should be understood. But then I think that also goes back to the communication, not even accountability, but the communication of what the expectations are. Because whether you call them beta, alpha, simp, ultra, whatever, the thing is like if you got your mouth closed and you're not saying anything and you're not presenting what it is that you want out of who you're searching for, that is on you. But that's also on the woman as well, that, you know what, if they're not, because I said about laziness, right? There's a level of laziness.
You're talking about who you're searching for as far as the guy?
Say that again?
As far as the guys, his perspective? You're talking about if you got your
no,
mouth
I was
closed
talking when I shifted to the lazy aspect, I talked about going back to the conversation about women putting in the work. That's the part where I was stating the lazy. I'm associating it with the woman being lazy about putting in the work. You mentioned some simple ideals, whether you realize it or not, about providing comfort, peace, quiet, and all that. I get that there's an expectation, but that means that still is on the woman that she didn't provide that. So she's not putting in the work. The work may vary based on the person, but still is up to the woman to be able to not be lazy. So the question asked about
be lazy as a relationship. What, B-Nix? What do you mean?
I just said that.
Be lazy related to what though? What do I need you to not do as far as being lazy?
You stated three things, Anton, out of all that you mentioned. You mentioned about comfort, providing peace, and about what food or providing whatever, right? I forget the third.
Right.
Now, what if they don't provide that, right? Because I'm feeling that's putting in the work, right? Let's say they're not doing that, right?
But it's more work to make things chaotic in the household than it is to relax and live in your femininity.
But let's say they're not doing that. That's the thing. I said, for example, let's say they're not doing what you just said.
Because they have other needs.
Yeah,
and like they said, they don't.
But B-Nix,
so that would
you're talking about a woman that's already in a situation. I'm talking about women.
It can go either way.
No. It's different than women that's already in a situation and women that's looking to get
let's
chosen
contextualize
that don't have a situation. So when you're talking about women that's looking to get chosen, if all they see is validation from simps every single day, validating their behavior, and then they believe that this is how I'm supposed to act with men, then we're talking about men enabling women, weak men that's enabling women to think a certain type of way through their behavior and validation. That's what
Well,
I'm
you
saying.
mentioned something about the weak men. I can't say there's necessarily a blame, but there's plenty of men that do the good morning, beautiful, hey, sexy, just checking on you, and you define that as that simple. Hey, you just stated
And
that
those
earlier.
are cornballs because you need to be living in your purpose.
But
You're really being
people,
the best version of you instead of
people do this
chasing
all
women and
the
sending
time.
DMs. That's cornballs, bro. We don't need dudes that's doing that. We need dudes that's being awesome and being great and stop spending their time chasing women. You need to be chasing chicks instead of chasing chicks.
I get that. I'm not in disagreement. I think that's the part that you're missing. I'm not trying to disagree with you. I'm just giving you another perspective. I'm not in disagreement at all.
All right. I mean, I'm glad we're on the same page.
I don't think that it's necessarily just alpha or beta, but
Gino, what you laughing at?
What? Yeah, Gino, he laughing. He gonna take my love.
Gino, what you laughing at?
You good. You good. You good.
Hey, I'm not in disagreeing with what Tawana or you talking about, Anton. Both of y'all, I feel on the right page. But if we're talking about putting in the work, for me, work means effort.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
Gino is learning right now, so it's taking some time to penetrate him, and he's trying to figure it out. So he gonna figure it out. He gonna go back. He gonna watch the show. He gonna say, "Man, that dude Anton was really spitting the facts." Anton, and then I'm gonna make him a better version of himself.
Anton is the best.
The question itself was who's to blame, right?
I like that. I like where you going. Fake it.
So I hear you. I hear you be mixed though.
For you, Playboy.
Hey, go ahead,
I think sometimes the women are to blame, like you said, B Nix. Like I feel like women are accountable in certain ways, but like Anton said, you know, that feminist movement, it was a lot of men who supported things that were kind of like men hating, right? It was a lot of men who supported that. And so I don't call them simps. That's what Anton called them. But I say that there are men who, you know, don't understand.
Why you don't want to call them simps, man?
You know,
you call them simps,
I don't want to call them simps.
They all follow. You got Anton. You do got a laundry list. You mentioned cornball.
I don't like to call people.
I haven't used cornball in years.
That way.
I haven't said cornball in years, but
I do think
that
there are men who are supporting that, right?
I don't care.
There's women who, you know,
I don't care.
You know, I was a single mom at one point, right? But did I just have men coming into their lives and making it seem like their dad was replaceable? You know, like he's just somebody that you can replace at any time. No, I didn't do that. You know, I made sure that I didn't put that in my children's, you know, I didn't want them to see that.
Let me ask you a question, Tawana.
But I think that,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you got around a certain type of guy, whether it be a fiance that you with now or whatever in the dating process, did you not make the adjustment and start moving differently around this dude?
Yeah, because
Yo, Gino, get on back here. This is a perfect opportunity for you to learn. This is a teachable moment.
But also, Tawana, at the same time,
he demanded it.
He wasn't lazy either, right? To the point I was also making.
But he demanded it. You know, he made it very clear what my role was in the house and what he expected.
I mentioned earlier, communication, right?
Yes,
communication, expectations, and you put in the effort.
That's right. I did. You're right.
He better not, hold on, bro. He better not be using the toilet sitting down. That's all I know. He better not be he better not be using that toilet sitting down. I'm not playing, bro. If that's it, then we can cut this podcast short. I'm not having it, bro.
That was quick.
I'm gonna mute myself, bro.
I don't care.
It's so funny.
Man, what happened? Why y'all stop spitting? What's up?
I know it got real quiet, right? It was like
on me.
I think you missed the, you know, the beforehand. So
Well, mute yourself, man. Tom, what's going on?
Yeah, what he say? What he talking about?
I mean, he over there laughing. I don't, you know, what's up?
I said that I don't want you. Better not be that in the background using the toilet sitting down. That's all I said.
You a lame dude. All like that, man. Who are you?
Why am I lame? Because I don't want you using the toilet sitting down.
I mean, you that you would say that. That's you lame, dude. It's cool. It's
What?
cool.
Because you got up at the it's a teacher. Hold on, wait. Listen. For real. It's a teachable moment happening here. We trying to give you the game, and you walking away instead of holding your piss or whatever. You need to be sitting down learning something instead of walking away, going to use the bathroom or whatever you're doing.
Anton, let me ask you something. Why are you talking to me from the like an authoritative figure?
You don't look at me as authoritative figure?
I'm saying that's how you acting. That's how you talking.
No, I'm asking why don't you look at me as an authoritative figure?
And the fact that you think it's a teachable moment.
JR.
So do you want to be a simp?
Man, that's your opinion. I can roll this.
It's all of our opinion, but I'm asking, do you want to be a simp?
Is this gonna be on YouTube?
Do you want to be a simp?
I'm saying I could always look at it, right? So what are you talking about?
Why are you not answering the question? Do you want to be a simp?
What are you talking about?
Do you want to be a simp?
Yeah, let's.
All right, y'all. We're about to move on to the next topic.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to unplug you from the matrix, and you talking as simp. You getting emotional.
I'm saying
why you getting? You know how you can tell you're emotional?
Hold
on, JR. Before we go to the next segment, because I want us to all be on the same page. Whenever you hear somebody that
we're
say,
never gonna be on the same page.
Whenever you hear somebody say, they'll overtalk you or they'll say, "Well, that's your opinion." Of course, it's my opinion. Like we all speaking, but from our perspective. But I don't want you to get emotional. You got to strengthen your argument and lower your tone. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
No,
I don't.
We'll get there. We working on you. I got faith.
We'll work on you. See that?
I got faith in you, bro.
You talk. From a level of superiority. It's like you're not.
If you're just tuning in to Lapeef, Let's Talk. We're moving on to our third topic. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Right, let's cue it in. Our third topic is, let me turn this off right quick. Happened when we laugh. I got thrown off. See what y'all did. All right. Our third topic is women want to become men minus the responsibilities. Women want to become men minus the responsibilities. I see you over there laughing, Tawana, so I'm going to come right to you.
That question,
you agree or disagree?
crazy.
Why is it crazy? Explain. We want to know. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Women do not want to become men, okay? That is not true. I think that this feminist movement have confused y'all, and y'all think that women want to be men because they asked for equality in pay and all these other things that they asked for.
Lori Harvey.
White women started that movement, by the way. So let's just, let's put it in perspective here. But I think that what being confused independence with is being like, I don't want a man. But honestly, being independent has nothing to do with you not wanting a man. And I think that some women use that and say, I'm independent and I don't need no man. So a lot of men confuse that. Sometimes independent women just know how to take care of ourselves. We know how to make decisions for ourselves. We don't have a man in our life, so we have to learn how to do these things for ourselves. That has absolutely nothing to do with us wanting to become men. It's about,
really?
Yes, really. We have to adjust to this life and to this. I just don't agree with that statement at all, because a lot of the women who I know who have to be self-sufficient, take care of themselves, and step into those roles really still maintain their femininity, still want to date, still want to have fun, still want to do all these things. And it has absolutely nothing to do with us wanting to become men. I think it's the way men view, independence, and they view women who want to have a career, or women who don't want to be in a household, like who don't want to be domesticated. It's just the way you guys view it. But it doesn't mean that she's not agreeable and that she doesn't want to be in a relationship and she doesn't want to a man in her life, So nope, I don't agree with that.
I don't know if I agree with you, Tawana.
Well,
we're gonna keep it moving though.
You don't have
Be next.
I don't care.
Yeah. Women want to become men minus the responsibilities. Your thoughts?
You know, this made me think of just everything that's been going on right now, especially with the weather and everything. I know that, you know, of course, the ongoing argument is, of course, equality in pay, equitable rights, and things of that nature. But then also, it's like we're equal. But then when it comes down to the kind of more intangibles of a man, if shoveling snow, right? You may say that, all right, you know, we're equal, but it's like, I don't do snow. I don't fix cars. I don't do yard work. And all these other kind of like day-to-day things that even if you're a man, it's the expectation. So I do feel like there is an element of this where, you know, nothing against women, but it is like more so kind of like you mentioned, the workplace. Yeah. Equal pay, things like that. Yeah. So then you can say like, oh yeah, whatever a man can do, a woman can do. But then it's like a woman would then say, well, this is what I don't do. I don't think a man has ever been placed into an opportunity to say, oh, this is what I don't do. It's like, it's just put forth. So whatever a woman can say, you can say that, hey, you know what? Hey, a man can do too. So that's some of the things I noticed that for a woman, for aspects of wanting to be a man, these are the other intangibles that comes along with to be a man that we noticed just during the weather alone these past few months. Women have said, these are the things I am not doing. And it's kind of non-negotiable. So I think there is an element of I don't like the term saying they want to become one. Like it makes me think like a sex change or something like that. But I think as far as just from the aspect of being peers, that there is a difference.
Sex change.
No, it says they want to become a man.
Like it.
So the question is, do women
I need to go to Dr.
Miami
and get a penis extension.
Yeah, just reading the question for what it is, verbatim. But I think there are women out there that like, yeah, we're equal until it comes down to these intangibles with a man that like, oh, why don't do that? So
it's some women who don't have a choice; they have to do it regardless. You don't know women who have to who have to shovel the snow. They don't have a man to do it, or you don't know women who have to do these things.
No, usually they just call somebody that's a man that they know on the block or around the neighborhood.
That's a lot because there's many.
Yeah, but we're talking about in generalizations though, right, Tawana? Because they are always outliers.
The women on my block, they out there shoveling the snow.
No, because my mama was an outlier.
I'm not outliers. It's about the fact that some women have to.
No, we can't. We know there are also us. So we could look at the other side of the coin, Tawana, that there are women that's like, these are the things I don't do. And they're very clear.
I don't do it, but also I feel I'm not shoveling snow. Why would I?
I mean, case in point, though. I mean, I'm not.
I never had to.
I know you got a situation. Yeah, exactly. But
I never had to. But I also fulfill the needs that he wants.
But
so therefore,
those are not some of the responsibilities that comes along with being a man, though. You know, so
I just don't. I agree with some of the things you said. I just don't think that we want to be men. I don't agree with that. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So that's why I'm trying to reframe it, but still stay true to the question. I'm not saying they're trying to become men, but there are aspects where you look at women that we're the same as men, but then it's these bucket list of categories of things that they're not going to do. So I think you can say there are women who do think like this.
I hear now. I kind of see the direction that the question's going in based on your response.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gino, coming to you.
I don't think everybody else think like me on the panel anyway. So go ahead.
Gino, coming to you. Women want to become men minus the responsibilities.
Well, I think, and this is one of the times I will agree with Anton. I think there's a lot of women that's been forced into the position of having to be responsible and be independent, where, you know, it's not a lot of men that are actually independent and able to take care of a woman, you know. So it's you know, I look at some of my family. It's like, you know, they're strong because they have to be. I don't think it's necessarily because they want to be. But when it comes to, you know, different things, like you say, shoveling or, you know, hanging a fan or, you know, other things that they're not necessarily capable of, that's when, you know, it shows, like, you know, just the limitations or whatever, you know. And like I say, it's a lot of us in prison. You know, it's a lot of us that have been dead, you know, have been killed or whatever. You know, and it's just what it is, you know. So and when you think about it, you think about all of the women that's been, you know, because their moms dealt with whatever, and they had to be independent. It's like they impress upon their daughters to be independent. You know what I mean? So I think it's more so, women have to be. There's so many women that have to be, and it's gonna be certain responsibilities that they don't want to have to do all of that. So that's my opinion or my take on it.
Anton, women want to become men minus the responsibilities.
Women don't know what they want, but they want what they think are the benefits of being a man without having to do or subject themselves to the things that men have to subject themselves to in order to be great. So, like, for example, it's almost like a lot of people that be online and they give you the game as far as like saying, yo, you can be rich too, or yo, I'm showing you this baller stuff for motivation, right? One of the things that I do on all of my channels is I give you the backstory as to what I had to do in order to get there. I show you all of the failures. I show you the headaches that I had to go through. I show you the fact that I'm up till 4 a.m. every single night grinding. But if you look at women, they want equality. They want all of the benefits that come along with being a man as far as their ability to make decisions, being the head of the household. They want to be partners in certain things and all of this stuff. But then they don't subject themselves to the same things that men go through. So if you look at the statistics, you can say that men built the country, right? On top of that, men are overwhelmingly the ones that get incarcerated. They're overwhelmingly the ones that die on jobs. All of these statistics that line up with the other side of having to be a man, right? If something happens in my household, regardless of who's working and who's not working or whatever, if something happens in my household, or let's just say I lose my crib or whatever like that, nobody is going to go to my chick and say, why didn't you work more hours? Or why didn't you go to work? Or why did you lose your job? Or whatever the circumstance is, the responsibility ultimately falls on my shoulders. So with that being the case, you can't be an equal partner if you don't take equal responsibility. And a lot of these women, I will give Tawana some credit in that there is a large majority of women that were raised in circumstances or they had to be subjected to the idea of raising kids or taking on a household, and the dude just bailed off in the wind, so they had to take on both roles, right? But I'm talking about women that are empowered to make a decision and do the things that they want to do when they want to do it. They can choose to move a certain type of way, but then at the same time, they're going to complain about how they can't find a man of this value or whatever. But and then again, they don't subject themselves to the idea that women date up and men date down, right? When men are established and they're in a certain type of place, they're not looking for you to bring certain things to the table as far as finances and all of this other type of stuff. I'm already doing that. I've already subjected myself to the responsibility of everything that comes with being a provider, a protector, and all of these different things, right? I'm already enabling you to be the best version of yourself. Now, if you want that type of guy, that means you're going to have to go and find a weak man to emasculate or for him to subject himself to, but that's not the natural order of things. So when it comes back down to it again, women want the benefits of being a man without ever subjecting themselves to the things that men have to go through in order to be the man that he has to be. That's just real.
But you know what, Anton, you assuming that all men are alpha. And I'm gonna tell you right now that
we know that's not true.
That's definitely not the case.
We know that's not true.
A lot of women, even when they have men, they have to do things in the home because men are not capable. Okay, like you need a woman's income and you need a woman's input. You need her guidance.
That's because they were beta men.
But okay, but there is beta men in the world, and so you have to speak to those too, because it's not like it's just.
I can't. I don't speak
but
beta.
you have to.
I don't speak Beta-nese.
You have to acknowledge.
I can't speak Beta-nese. That's not my culture.
I don't believe in that whole title. I don't believe in that whole title thing. But I'm telling you that women are with men who they have to do things because men are not capable.
No, Tawana, you got the verbiage right. You got the verbiage. Women are settling for men that are like this because they can't get that other type of guy.
I have friends who put up her own ceiling fan, and she has a man in the house. I have a friend. I have a friend who fixed her own plumbing. And she has a man in the house. So what I'm saying to you is that sometimes women don't every man is not always equipped with all these qualities that you're listing and saying.
But again, they're not choosing them, they're settling for them. That's
I don't believe they're settling. I believe she's happy. They in 15-year marriages. They're in 12.
That don't mean that they happy. I know people that was married for 30 years, and as soon as the kid grew up, they got up out of there. That do not mean that they're happy.
That does mean
that's not a measure of happiness, Tawana.
It's not a measure, but it also is it does prove that the relationships can work and that they do function.
No,
it does prove that. Yes, it does.
No.
Yes, it does.
There's plenty of dysfunctional relationships. There's dysfunctional companies.
There's dysfunctional
everything.
But every alpha man is not having.
I'll tell you this.
I want to interject, JR.
The minute an opportunity comes for her to level up, don't think that she wouldn't take it. The minute that the opportunity, if she could do better, she would. But she is not.
Really?
That is the thing. That's real talk.
Well, he checks other boxes. You know, maybe that's just one thing that they're.
Yeah, he subjects himself, and he sits down while he pees. He does all of those things. Like she don't ever have to worry about the toilet seat being up when she get up in the middle of the night. All of that, Tawana, that all makes sense.
Go ahead, Next, go ahead. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Anton, I hear what you're saying. I'm just looking at it from a different lens as far as the things that the variables of being a man that a woman doesn't have to experience. I feel like continuously always getting arrested, being viewed negatively. If you have issues with finances, that's always viewed as the man's responsibility to fix it. Even when you broke, you have to find a way. I feel like there's intangibles that a man must endure, like even complaining. Men, technically, we don't complain. It's just society would never accept a man complaining. It would never accept the fact that a man, every time you leave out your house, you know for a fact that you may not come back home, either being shot or arrested. This is something
What type of men are these? What type of men are these?
Chicago.
I never worry about getting shot or arrested when I leave the house, B-Next.
Well, you don't live in Chicago.
I live in Detroit. What is you talking about?
Well,
a lot of men do though.
You gotta understand where I'm coming from, bro.
No, no, bro. No,
it is.
There's plenty of people every single day.
Anton, there's
plenty of people every single day that
I've been arrested with my kids with me, whether I did it or not. You have to give it up. These are things that men have to experience.
Wait. So you telling me every day you leave out the house, you worry that you may not come back, B-Nix? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
What?
Oh my God! Come on, B-Nix. Come on, B.
Y'all, have y'all gotten arrested with y'all kids multiple times in the car? Have y'all gotten arrested wrongful? Have y'all had people get arrested?
We know the story, B-Nix, but still, I don't believe
these are real stories, though.
I don't believe that when you leave
have you had
the
people
house,
that got shot
every day?
In Detroit, my brother got shot the day before Christmas at his mother-in-law house with his children the day on Christmas Eve. So don't sit up here and say that these aren't things that men don't experience. You being silly by acting like I'm capping. These are real stories.
Right. No. You're getting emotional.
No, it's not. These are stories.
No.
It's not emotional.
Because the thing is,
Anton,
no.
You have to hear what I'm saying.
You know how I know you're being emotional? No, you know how I know you're being emotional?
Because my brother almost got killed.
You're using your personal experience.
Because my brother almost got killed.
You're using your personal
real experiences, right?
I'm gonna let you get it out.
That's a real experience.
I am giving you
real
experiences.
Okay, and when you get done,
Anton, let me talk, then you can respond.
Like one at a time. Go ahead, Nick.
There are real experiences that I have dealt with. I have friends of mine, family of mine that deal with every time we leave out the house. I get Detroit is bad too. It's a cousin of Chicago. But don't think for a fact, these are things that women, I just mentioned earlier, different variables that women do not have to endure that a man must endure, as far as being broke and having to find a way, having to get arrested, knowing whether you're right or wrong, you're always going to be viewed as being guilty first. Those are things that are very real. And those are things that men carry with them every day. And it's not being emotional, Anton. I just want you to understand that there's another perspective that I have lived.
Right.
But you can't leave
Christmas Eve for something he didn't do. For me, I got arrested. I told you on this show a couple of weeks back that I got arrested and had my kids have to watch me get arrested, and they have to drive off in the car. And my wife.
So wait. So why'd you get arrested? Since you bringing this up, so why you get arrested?
I'm not going to talk about that on here.
Oh, you don't want to talk about that part? No,
well, you really want to know?
No. Because listen,
you really want to know?
Stop. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know.
Because somebody accused me of leaving my kids in the car, and I didn't. And the lady came in and she wrote a fake report about me, stating what happened. The case got thrown out, but then guess what? Let me finish the story. You asked for it, I'm gonna give it to you. So then guess what? Because I'm a black man with my kids.
What is that? What is that noise?
I was found as being negligent.
Gino, you probably should.
So because I was found as being negligent, I was guilty. And I had to go through the entire court process in order to then find out that the arresting officer wasn't the person who actually even wrote the report.
Okay, so here's the thing though, B-Nix. And the reason why I say you get emotional in
it's arguments. Don't even call it that.
Why do you keep no, hold on, bro. Because if you want me to listen while you talk, you generalizations.
Just respect what I'm talking about, because this is a real story.
Let me finish what I'm saying before you jump out the window.
Use another word.
No, I don't. I'm not using another word. I'm not. Just because it don't make you comfortable. Just because it don't make you comfortable, don't mean that I got to use another word.
You're being
again, my point is the reason why I feel like you're getting emotional in a conversation is because you're using your personal situation
and I led with that
to speak for a majority of men. And I'm saying that I can use myself as an example, but that does not mean that example is the overwhelming majority of men's experience.
Anton, you just said men being incarcerated. I'm giving you context.
As context, but that
didn't happen. That's what you're saying.
Oh my God.
A lot of men fear not returning home, Anton. I think you just have a different experience, and it's hard for you to
even the fact of men that's in military is treated differently versus women that's in military. Even though both men and women are allowed to go into military, we know for a fact that there are.
I agree with that, but that has nothing to do with what it is that you're saying and using your situation. In order to illustrate a point is my point.
No, that was my point that I was making. Those things that women have to deal with.
Situation, but it does not add additional context to this conversation and this subject, which is why I say that we have to not speak emotionally about our situation because it's not relevant to what we're talking about.
Anton, I don't think you even hear my story. That's the thing that I think you missed my entire story. You said up here.
So I've never heard the story, B-Nix? I haven't heard the story?
Not in this detail, you haven't. I don't think I gave it the detail like this before. What'd you say?
I mean,
I wish I had some more hats.
I kind of don't understand your point, Anton, because I feel like a lot of the topics we talk about, you have to incorporate your own experiences in order to
about how men have to deal with incarceration, Anton. So if you mention about incarceration, then I'm giving you another perspective that aligns with what you just said. And then now, since I gave it context, now you disagree with it?
Take off your costume. Take off your costume, Anton.
No, because it's so
you just mentioned that there's more people that are men that are.
I don't want to get it. I don't want to get infected or something. I don't want to get infected with emotion. I don't want to get infected.
It's not emotion though. So that's the part that I don't understand what you're talking about.
I'm covering myself up because I want to make sure that I stay clean with this clean bill of health of greatness that does not allow me to get in my emotions whenever
I'm just trying to figure out who told you as a man that you cannot have emotions. Like, I'm really trying to figure this out because this is really bothering me.
I didn't say you can't have emotions. I said you can't be. I said you can't. No. I said you can't. I can't. You can't use your emotions
for 2 minutes
when you're trying to be objective about a situation. You got to speak the facts.
I'm not being objective.
You got to speak based off of exactly what's really going on out here, and not just according to what your personal experience is.
Anton, people are dying.
One at a time. All right, next we're gonna come to you, and then we'll get a couple more rebuttals, then we're gonna move on to the next topic. Go ahead, next.
People are dying and people are getting arrested. This was based on actually the point that you and Gino mentioned about the level of incarceration. And we know for a fact that there's more men that's being incarcerated, which led to the lack of men in the household because women aren't being incarcerated at the same rate. So now I give perspective stating that, you know what, since we mentioned it.
I agree with that, B. Nick.
You didn't let me finish.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with you on the fact of that the things that come along with being a man as far as incarceration and death and war and all these things. I said that in the very beginning. I'm saying that your personal situation does not add context to this conversation. That's what I'm saying.
I disagree, because it was my point that I told you that I wanted to discuss. I didn't know that I got to vet my example with you first before I use it. That's weird. So I just wanted to say that you started it by disputing, saying that really you actually fearful whether you come back, because there have been times where, guess what? I was supposed to come home and I didn't. Guess what? Something happened. And this happens every day. We hear about this time and time again. Until it happens to you, then you can't dispute what I'm saying. I know you're from Detroit. I get it. My folks live in Detroit. But I'm telling you, living in Chicago, if not the same animal, it's a beast. So don't say being a man.
You probably live in the suburbs.
Deal with.
You probably live in the suburb, don't you?
Why would I stay in the hood?
That's probably why you ain't.
Move on to the next topic, y'all. Move on to the next topic. All right. If you're just joining us, welcome to Lapeef, Let's Talk. Moving on to our final topic. Final topic is Ciara giving some of these women false hope? Is Ciara giving these women false hope?
Yep.
Go ahead, Nick. You ready?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. We sit up here, like, for one, they're celebrities. They live in a fantasy. They don't live in the real world like, I guess, average people like myself, which I own as an average person. But yeah, it gives false hope. What the thing is like, hey, a situation is work out. I'm going to just bag another person. I'm going to upgrade and that be it. We have so many women that are holding on, that are, I forgot what is Ciara's fan club name called? Whatever the name of it is. But the thing is,
got a fan club?
Yeah, she does. All celebrities got fan clubs, man.
What, the hoe into a housewife fan club?
I don't think it's called that. But the thing is, it gives women.
I didn't even know she had one.
I didn't know she had one either.
I'm a beehive.
It gives women
false hope. Tell us more about this fan club.
Because it's a fantasy. It's something that, okay, you know what? She was able to bag Russell Wilson, saved him from dating somebody that's a sister. Right now, he's dating a sister. Whatever the case is, it gives false pretenses for women to feel that they could just do their thing and I'm going to just upgrade and I'm going to be all good. It doesn't work like that, because that ain't real life. That's celebrity lifestyle. And we get caught up into what people that we don't even know personally thinking that that's going to be me. I get that we always want to reach for people we identify with and because we see them in media. But let's be honest. The situation with Ciara, that was a celebrity situation. Good for her. She was able to upgrade, or not even upgrade. She was able to get a different type of guy. But in real life, we know for a fact these situations do not play out this way. So it's silly for anyone to think that they're going to get a Ciara situationship.
I'm going to remove several hats for you because you are absolutely correct.
So, I mean, that's all I got to say.
All right. Gino, coming to you. Is Ciara giving some of these women false hope?
And what context do you necessarily mean?
Meaning that they can just find somebody that would just be everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, after dealing with a guy like Future.
I don't know that he's everything to her in that same context. I think
what?
Yeah, if I had to call it, I mean, I think that every situation is different. Every situation is different. So, I mean, in the case of Ciara, I mean, it's like she has something completely different. But I mean, is she enjoying it? You know what I'm saying? Is she enjoying it to the same degree? You know, I mean, you have to think of it, you know, from that perspective, as well as, you know, I mean, I don't think that women are per se just looking for somebody to save them per se. You know, that's just, you know, I don't necessarily think that that's even, you know, what's happening here. So that's my thought on it.
Can you say that Say it again. So the question is Ciara giving some of these women false hope? You said yes or no?
I would say I'm more so aligned with B Nix. You know, like I said, you know, it's kind of tough to even think that, you know, anybody is just gonna, you know, come in and completely save you from everything. You know, so yeah, I would have to say yes.
So okay, she is giving false hope. Okay. Tawana, the queen on the panel. Is Ciara giving some of these women false hope?
No, Ciara's not giving anybody false hope. And
What?
let me just say this: if you are a woman,
explain this one.
Yeah, let me explain, because I'm, you know, if you are a woman, there is nothing wrong with looking to a relationship that you think you're aspiring to be or wanting to be like, in order to see some of the things that you like in that relationship that may be something that you look for, characteristics that you want in a man. So are you saying that it's wrong for people to acknowledge his love for his wife, or to acknowledge the way he loves her kid, or to acknowledge the way he has treated her, and to think that that is something that they would want in their life? Absolutely not. Now, are you saying that men like that don't exist in this world? That men are like that won't give you that? It's really basic things. He's just kind of affirming that he loves his wife and he treats her with a level of respect. I think that a lot of men do that to a certain degree. And I don't think it's
a lot of men do what?
They treat their women, their wives, they're the one who they love, who they care about, even if it's not their wives or their mother or whoever, they treat them with a level of respect. And so what he's showing us is that I love this woman and I'm going to treat her as this. And so what is wrong with her showing people that, and women feeling like, oh,
fam, you don't think that that's unrealistic?
Hold
you
on.
don't think it's unrealistic?
Hold on, Anton. Hold on.
Hold
on, Anton. 1 second.
I just want to finish my thought.
I want to ask her a question after she finishes.
Do I think Ciara is giving women false hope? Absolutely not. I do believe that there are women that are men in this world that will treat you the same. No, a man will not have the money and the access that Russell have. That is not the question. The question is, can you expect for your man to treat you with a level of respect and to have a level of affirmation for you, where he is not afraid to tell whomever in this world how he feels about you? Can you expect a man to come into your life and accept some of the things that you bring to the table, especially in certain places in your life? Yeah, you can't expect that. And I don't think
what does she bring to the table?
Well, lots of
another man's kid.
What do you mean? What does Ciara bring to the table?
What does she bring to the table besides another man's
kid?
You
have to ask her husband, because I feel I don't know what she.
In your opinion. In your opinion.
Let me just say this. Like, I think the part that's the false hope more so is the fact that women, that women will actually like the guy that's like Russell as much as, you know, they are like the guy that's like Future. That's the part that doesn't necessarily seem realistic. It's like with Russell, and this is just to B Nick's point, it's like, you know, this guy, you know, these are they're stars, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he has, you know, a certain amount of, you know, money or whatever. And so, you know, that's what it is. But if it's just like the regular Joe, the regular guy or whatever, and, you know, it's like he's the nice guy, he's treating her well or whatever, it's like, to me, the likelihood that somebody will cheat, you know what I'm saying, is much more higher there. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that seems unrealistic. Because you get a guy that's, you know, it's like, oh, he's a nice guy, he checks off all the boxes, but at the same time, it's like he doesn't have that same umph. As
I rock with that, bro.
Right. But Ciara had a choice.
A nice guy. Who said that?
I agree with that, Gino.
Okay.
You know, Ciara.
You know what's interesting,
hey,
though?
Tawana.
Go ahead.
Ciara had a choice.
Uh-huh.
You know, Future already had all these baby mamas. So Ciara had a choice at that point of the type of guy that she could have, or the type of guy that she can go for. Mm-hmm. And she chose Future for a reason.
And she was much younger. And like I said plenty of times, as women mature, as we change, our expectations change, our needs change, our wants change. So
women like the bad guy. You know, women like the bad guy.
That's not true. That
is true.
She went with Russell for stability.
Y'all say that women we like status and power. It doesn't have anything to do with a bad guy. It doesn't have anything to do with your characteristics.
But y'all cheat with the bad guy.
But this is the women who y'all choose to associate yourselves with that like stuff like this.
No,
that's what y'all need to do. Y'all don't see outside of your circle.
The whole point of the conversation is that
with different women.
Ciara is the epitome of what's wrong in society as far as women looking up to a specific person to assess themselves and say, I can do that too. You cannot go out here, most chicks, most regular, because she just found the ultimate simp. She really found, I don't know no man that's really at a certain level that allows you to go out and hold yourself out. Then go and have, because I mean, let's be clear, it wasn't just Future. She was even with the little homie Bow Wow, bro.
Right.
So you go out there, you do your thing, you have a kid by another dude, and then you expect that other dude to truly take care of. And I'm not talking about no regular dudes. I'm talking about the dudes that's in the top 1%. You expect another dude to take care of another dude's son and treat him like it's his own. And you're telling me that that's a realistic goal for women out here to look at Ciara as goals? Really? Seriously? You think that really plays out?
The question is, are they giving her false hope? And she's not giving people false hope.
I think she is.
I don't agree with that.
It's not even.
Next, go ahead. What you say next?
You want to change it up into something else. There's nothing wrong with a woman expecting a man to respect her and affirm his love for her and to take in her past.
I get it.
There's nothing wrong with it. But the question is she giving them false hope? Is she giving most women false hope?
And we're not necessarily talking about Russell, because the thing is,
does a story play like that all the time?
We're not giving women false hope.
If Russell never dated or married Ciara, no one would care.
He's the ultimate simp.
Regardless of Russell, it's more so about Ciara, which the question pertains to. We don't talk about it, but Ciara.
It's about Russell.
No, the question is about Ciara.
It's about these dudes. We just
and
the very first segment we said that dudes are empowering these chicks to think and operate a certain type of way. And it's people like him that's affirming this behavior. And why women is thinking that it's all right to operate like this. It's not cool, bro. It's not right.
The question is about Ciara, though. So we're not talking about Russell. The question is about Ciara's past. And this is an example that men have issues with women with a past. And that's the part that no one articulates, but Ciara's had a past. You talked about it yourself, Anton. Lil Bow Wow, 50 Cent, Future. These are people that we've seen that she's dated, regardless of her age, and she's bringing in a child into a new relationship. And it gives false hope with thinking that, hey, someone is okay with this, right? So that's the part since we're talking about in generalizations, right? So men feel uncomfortable with women with a past. And she's coming in with a past, with a track record. And that's the part that we talking about Russell, but really it's about Ciara.
Can I ask you a question, B. Nixon or Tawana? What does Ciara bring to the table?
Well, we didn't marry her. You want us to tell you what she's bringing to the table? I mean, I don't.
As a man, we're not looking.
We just asking your opinion.
You can't
be next to Tawana. We just asking for your opinion.
And tell somebody what.
So I can't ask a general question.
No, I don't think anyone's looking. Long as she's able to,
from what I can see,
but she's not expected to bring any money to the table. She's expected to possibly have a baby. That's the only thing I could possibly think of. But I don't think there's an expectation of men being able to say, like, Ciara need to bring a certain amount of money. She need to bring resources. I don't think Russell's looking at that.
She needed to bring anything.
I would say this.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
The
She's beautiful.
only thing I asked is what does she bring to the table?
She's beautiful. She's fit.
She looks good.
After every child, she looked good. Her body come right back. Okay, she's talented. She's not even just like, she's definitely not lazy. She treats him like a king. She always says
she looks good, man. We said men are physical creatures.
She always says that Russell is the head of her home. He is her leader. She says that all the time. So there's a lot of things that men say that
she brings to the table. So you're saying she brings to the table, which the one thing that you left out was a little toddler that wasn't his, right? Because one of the things that really great high-end men, one of the things that we really look to is women. We don't want to take care of another, and I'm not saying all guys, right? but most guys that's in a certain space, one of the biggest things that you can bring to the table is your ability to bear me children, right? We don't want you to come to the table with already with a package. So my thing is that, so what you're saying in summary is that she brings her looks, and she brings a level of not being lazy, and then she also affirms him. Is that what you're saying?
She has most of the qualities that high value men say they want in a woman. She brings it. She automatically has all of those. The kid. So here's the thing with the kid.
Not the whole pass.
Every time, but she has support. She has money. She has a lot of different things. The kid, not a challenge.
The only thing I will
don't understand.
The only thing I will say, JR, tell me if I'm taking this another direction, but I've always said I don't really subscribe.
I will say that she is bad. She do look good. I will.
Yeah, and I said that.
I that part.
And men like that.
But
go ahead, Nick.
She look good.
I don't subscribe to like the high value, low value thing or whatever. But hey, there's plenty of men out there that are dating, if not married. That's why it's called blended families. It's folks that's bringing kids to the table, right? So I don't know if it falls into the high value, low value man category, but we got to say that, hey, there's people out there that does date women that have babies. Same way that women dates men that have babies. So,
and let me tell you,
Tawana, hold that thought real quick.
Okay.
Hold that thought. We got a super chat. Mr. International said, Anton, would you date Ciara?
Nope. Nope. Because all of those things, and I'm gonna tell you why. All of those things that Tawana stated, it's a million other women out there that bring more than that. Like they bad, they fan.
But I'm saying,
let's be honest.
Not an exhaustive list.
Hey, Tawana,
I'm gonna just tell you, I've never been. I remember being in school, and I'm gonna be real. It was always like it was the chicks that was available. Like it was the chicks that we could have anytime we want, and they would give us themselves anytime they wanted, and then they would be at the locker making a dude say he loved her and kissing him, and he wouldn't have her and all of that. He was looking to save her. He had his cape on, his Captain Save Him cape on. He had all of the affirmations, and he was going to go and meet her family. And meanwhile, she was being a bust down for everybody else. And so my point is that,
I mean, you can make the same argument about Lauren London though too.
I don't
Lauren
have to.
London had Wayne Baby,
and she was I'm just telling you that I don't care.
It's the same situation.
Yeah, money does make a difference in your ability to be able to earn. But a simp is a simp, and it simps on every level. And there's always going to be a simp at every level. And as long as you have a simp, they're always going to be creating. They're going to be working with these bad chicks that creates a narrative that affirms to a lot of these other women that this thing that this other woman
does that also made like Nipsey Hussle?
It's not realistic, bro.
Did that mean Nipsey Hussle also is a simp then too?
I don't know nothing about Lauren London, but if it's the same thing as Ciara, then yes,
it's the same thing. Right? Yeah, you got a baby already.
London, I don't care who it is.
But we're talking about celebrities now, right? So Ciara's situation is the same as you could say Lauren London had a baby by Wayne.
So
and
what's
stuff,
the difference?
Right? There isn't one. So that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying, Anton, like what makes Russ a simp? Because she got a kid.
Because he's saving a chick that was for the streets.
What's making
everybody?
Only reason she rocking with him is because you don't see simp behavior from Russell Wilson.
I don't see what
you don't see the simp behavior from Russell Wilson.
I mean, you have to say Nipsey Hussle is
everybody.
Hold on.
What I'm saying everybody got a pass. I mean, we've all because she's a celebrity. I'm just saying because she's a celebrity, it's public her past relationships. But I'm saying we've all had a pass. That's
all right. So let me ask you a question.
Hey, Gino, do you see some behavior from Russell?
Hold on, B-Nix. JR. So if you knew a chick was a bust down, right? She was a bust though. Wait. Let me ask the question. Every one of your homeboys had her, right? And your other homeboy or another dude that had the baby with her too. So everybody bust her down, and the dude had a baby with her, but she bad. Are you gonna wife her up if she makes sense for you?
I think you taking it out of context, though.
How is it out of context?
Answer the question. Answer the question, Gino.
Are you gonna wife her up if she fulfills
If she
all
was
of your
a bust
needs,
down, if she was a bust down, no.
if she fulfills all of your needs,
If she
are
was a
you
bust
going
down,
to wife her up?
I'm saying if she was a bust down and I know it, no. You know what I'm saying? But
So how is it any different? So why are you asking me how is Russell Wilson
every celebrity,
but
I'm
you
saying
wouldn't do the same thing?
Because every celebrity has had a past. Any celebrity that's been out here for some point in time has had a past, and it's been past dudes that they've dealt with. Sometimes 4 or 5 times as many as 3. You feel me? So I'm saying
people in general have a past, Anton. You got married at 22. Everybody didn't.
Guess what? My chick don't have a past,
but she got married at 22.
But I'm saying you don't know that.
Everybody
I do know that.
20.
I know that for a fact.
I'm messing with
I know this for a fact. She does not have a past.
Everybody didn't get married at 22, Anton.
All right, y'all.
You cannot expect
She don't
that.
have a past. I know.
Some people have
know it for
other
a fact.
things going
All right,
on.
y'all. We got a caller.
My chick was not for the streets.
We got a caller. Go ahead, Chicago Rilla. You there?
Yeah, I'm here, family. What's up? What's cracking, family?
Cracking up too.
Hello, how are you?
What's going on?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Man, I'm having to turn the YouTube down in the background, so I really can't hear everybody. So let me get this off. Number one, Tawana, you was on fire, sis. Let me publicly say you redeemed yourself in this segment, and you is 1,000% on fire. Now, to answer the question, and Anton, you know I got mad love for you, G. I got super love for you, G. But we got to keep it a beam. If we finna have a conversation, if Ciara is giving false hope, and JR, you know I rock with you too. Shout out to Des Money and we all we got and Fat Tiger, so on and so forth. However, if we gonna keep the conversation a beam, and we talking about, like, I don't even understand why we saying Russell Wilson is a simp. You know what I'm saying? Number one. Number two, if we don't keep it a beam, are we really sitting up here acting like Ciara doesn't fit the points of a high value woman?
That's right.
Kid and all.
That's right.
Yeah, but the problem with your analogy,
big fact, bro. Listen. Wait, because I see your face, Anton. Look, if we saying that if she's automatically disqualified forever. Wait, bro, because I can't hear you. I had to mute the YouTube. So look, if we saying she's disqualified forever for attaining a high value, and Russell Wilson ain't even a high value man. He's a high earner. Ciara is a high value woman based on, if we go by the 6 points, right, that's laid out for high value. Does she not have connects? Does she not have a network? Does she not have the high earning potential? And she's bad, right? So wait, hold on. I know you want to respond, bro. I promise. I'm with you most days, bro. I'm just saying on this particular issue, what Tawana is saying. If we listen to Tawana, don't do that, sis. If we really listening to, or if we really keeping it a beam, what Tawana is saying is right. She's not giving women false hope in the sense of get somebody that's on your level. Russell Wilson was on her level. Yes or no? You can call him simp, you can call him sucker, you can call him Mark, Vic, Trick, whatever you want to call him, right? She's on his level, right? He's on her level, or whatever you want to call it, right? And then second of all, if we I see you, bro, and I really want to hear your response, but we got to keep it a beam, man. She not giving these women false hope in the sense of it's not unrealistic for you to be able to get a man on your that's not cap, bro. To get a man on your level. That's the caveat. Get a man on your level. You can stack them high, let them fly, bro. Get a man on your level to be able to respect you. So I'm gonna get this one up to Tawana. Hey, y'all get these likes up, and I'm starting the campaign now for JR to get that sponsorship from Uncle Nearest. Salute, family.
All right, appreciate
Salute, thank you.
Hey, we love you, fam.
That's a man right there.
Absolutely love him. I absolutely love him. But I'm telling you, everybody that's saying this, right? And I'm not talking about, because the context that he added is on your level, right? That's the caveat that he added. the point that I'm saying is it goes back to the original question is he giving these, if she giving these women out here false hope? Because realistically, these women think that they're higher rated than they really are. And they are not on Ciara's level from a looks perspective, first of all.
Right.
That's number one,
Okay.
because they're not taking that into consideration. And then number two, all of these dudes that's saying this and emphasizing that, yeah, you know what I'm saying, it's not false hope. You wouldn't do it with a chick that's in the same situation. So if you wouldn't do it, why does it align with giving people the right amount of hope? Because hope is dangerous. Let's be clear. Hope is one of the most dangerous things that you can give people when it's not realistic. You need to give people the truth and realistic goals as to what it is that they can truly achieve based off of what example you're setting. That is not a good example because he's one of the top 1% of earners, and she is physically in a top category of her own. And it does not align that you can exhibit this behavior in your past openly and still move a certain type of way and win in this area. I just can't rock with that. I can't rock with that analogy. I can't, not even a little bit.
Well, it's women in here who they not gonna be perfect. They have a past and they grow and they change. And it's men like Russell who is confident, who leads men on his own, who is self-assured. He don't need no validation from nobody else. That don't need nobody like you to tell them what type of woman they want in their life. And again, Ciara is a beautiful fit. Extremely, she doesn't tell women, oh, you know what, you can continue to be this way and that way. She tells you to level up, to grow, to change, to do these things. Like
what did she level up to outside of the person that she was dating? She never leveled up her
well,
own
that's
life.
the reason why she met Russell, because she changed her life.
She was on the down slope of her career. She wasn't leveling up.
What are you talking about? Do you not understand that this Ciara was like in the middle of changing her life, changing things about herself? She was like in a whole process. I mean, you have to listen to people's story. You can't just judge based on little snapshots you see on social media. Like, you have to actually follow her, listen to her story, understand where she's coming from, and men can do that.
You got to worry about me following.
But that's because you can't equate everybody's life. You talk about B Nick's creating, like, connecting stuff to his.
Y'all, we got a caller. We got a caller. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Private Eye. You there? Private Eye, you there? I guess he hung up. Hold on.
Again.
All right, go ahead, caller.
Hey, how you all doing?
Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
It's on the rest of the.
Hung up on.
I'm sorry. This Private
I
Eye?
can hear him. I can hear him. Let's rock.
Sir.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, y'all. How you all doing today?
Hey. We're doing good.
Okay,
got a comment or question?
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, actually, I'm actually gonna comment on the last guy. He's saying that Ciara lives up to the 6 points of being a high value woman. I disagree with that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Well, Ciara, I won't say she was a bust down, but she belonged to the streets. And Russell is a simp because she put value on her, let's say her cooch, and made this man wait. Whereas my man was over here doing what he wanted to do with it. So he was a simp because he put value on herself higher that he was willing to do. A high value man don't care about what she has. A high value man don't care about what's her worth, what she can bring to the table. A high value man has to be what she said, what the young lady wanted to say. She was fit, she was fine, she was feminine, all those good things. But the thing about it is, he became a simp when he let her put value on something that's already been running the street and been used. She made her vagina more valuable that he was willing to wait almost 6 months to a year.
Oh my God!
How you gonna do that? Put
rebuke that.
Willing to give out freely to others and produce a child with it. I can barely hear anybody. I don't hear nobody.
No, you ain't.
That's fine, but we heard you.
You're right. You're right.
We heard you.
Ain't nobody got time to be arguing about no crazy theories.
No, it ain't crazy. She was for the streets. She for the streets. And if he ever lose everything he got, if anything was to ever happen to him, don't believe for 1 second that she won't be back in the streets again, because it's not that he hers or she his. It's just his turn. That's all it is, bro. That's really what it comes down to.
I disagree.
I disagree with that.
Me too.
Oh my God.
I would just say, man, just it's hard to speak on this topic, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, from my point of view, I don't really know about either one of their lives, you know. So for me to comment on it is kind of challenging. But one thing I will say, regardless of our past, you know, we all have value. You know what I mean? So the fact that she have made certain decisions at one point in time in her life doesn't devalue her anymore, especially if she understands and she has improved to a different and a better person. The person that you decide to be, that's the person that you're gonna roll with right then and there, and that's the person that Russell saw. You know what I'm saying? And that is making him happy at this point in time. So
I can't believe you even looking me in my eye and saying
I'm
what
really
you
not
said.
looking.
I agree.
You better not be looking at me in my eye.
I'm really not looking.
I can't believe that you even. I don't believe you believe that.
Well, you know, hey man, it's what it is.
You
know,
just said yourself out of your own mouth that you wouldn't marry a chick like that.
I
But then
would-
you gonna sit here and cap.
I'm saying a chick.
You described a different chick than Ciara. You didn't describe.
No, Tawana. He don't need no lawyer. He don't need no lawyer. He can stand up for himself.
No, it's cool. It's cool. The whole thing, you know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is, you know, I look back at my past, you know what I'm saying? I got a past, and at the same time, you know what I'm saying? There's value, you know what I'm saying? There's still value in me. There's still people that see value in me, you know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is who do we decide to become at this point in time? You know what I'm saying? That's the most important, you know. So, I mean, I understand, Anton, you know, it's like you say a number of things. First, you say that you don't need a woman to come and bring anything to the table. Now you're evaluating Ciara on what she brings to the table. You know, I understand that she's used to dealing with subservient women, you know, so in that case, it's like what woman really needs anything? I think it's the biggest problem for her is the fact that she has had a kid with Future or whatever. But I mean, like I say, 3 past relationships, how would that make her, you know, how would that under or devalue her in any kind of way? You know, I mean, Janet Jackson,
Are you really saying this, bro?
We got to call her. We got to call her.
Hold on, JR. Hold on, JR. Because we're not just going to skip past
in her 30s.
Like he didn't just say this. That is the bluest pill thing that I've ever heard in my entire life on this platform, bro. Are you really trying to say that value is in the eye of the beholder and it ain't based off of what your past dictates for a woman? Is that really what you're telling me?
A woman or a man? A woman or a man?
Jesus Christ. Go ahead, go to the caller, bro. It's gonna take a lot more work than I anticipated. Go ahead and go to the caller, bro.
All right, go ahead, JI. You there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's JIEIEYE. Go ahead, JI. You got a comment or question?
Yeah, I had a comment about the responsibility thing, and great show, guys. Anton is spitting facts. But away from this Ciara thing, my comment goes back to the not wanting equal accountability. So I want everybody to answer the question, but I pose it to Tawana since she's the only female. The 2-part question. First part, do you believe that men and women should be treated equally under the law? I believe that they should. And then, do you believe that men should have financial abortion since women have the right to abortion?
That's a good question.
He said, do financial abortions?
Correct. Should men have the ability to have financial?
Hold on, he's still talking. Hold on.
Okay, my bad.
Hold on. Part 1 is, do you believe that men and women should be treated equally under the law? That's part 1. You got to answer that first.
Yeah.
And then after you answer that, you got to answer, then do you agree that men should have financial abortion, which is just simply that if a woman get pregnant, if a man don't want nothing to do with her, he can just financially abort. And then it's basically like she got a sperm donor. It don't take away her decision or force her body. It's just that the man has a choice to walk away too, legally. That's it.
That's a great question.
Can y'all repeat? I'm having a hard time hearing like his entire. What does financial abortion mean?
Anton, can you repeat it?
So basically, what he's saying, it's a 2-part question, right? What he's saying is first, because one part is dependent on the other. Should men or should women be treated equally as men, which he feels as though they should, right? But again, the question it trampolines to the other question. The second part is, should men be able to financially abort a situation if a woman chooses to continue to still have the child, right? Which he's saying that he believes that women should have the ability to choose whether or not they want to have the child. But should men, if they disagree, but the woman continues to do so, you know, considering the first question, should men be able to financially abort, and then that child just, or she just be looked at, or he be looked at as a sperm donor as a result of her decision and his decision to not want to do it, but financially get away from it? That's the question.
I don't know if I have a problem with that, being able to financially abort. I feel like marriage is, not advantageous for all men. Men do sometimes get, screwed financially. So I understand why, that could be a concern for men. So I feel like, men want to protect themselves financially, and they feel like if I tell you, hey, I don't want this kid, why should I legally have to financially provide for that kid, right? But it's just problematic because I think it's a lot of other accountability that's not taking place. Like, we have measures in place to prevent pregnancy and things like that. So I think that, there's other things that, can take place. And I guess if all of those methods have failed, then I understand the need for financial abortion. But I don't really understand that when you do have the power to control, making sure you're not making multiple women pregnant. Everybody on this show have done it. So why can't other men do it? I don't know. I got to think a little bit more in depth about that. I do feel like women should have the same rights legally as men, but the financial abortion thing, it's got a lot of layers that I'm not really comfortable saying, yeah, I agree with financial abortion 100%. No, I don't.
Okay.
No.
We got another caller. Go ahead, caller. You there? KC?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Speak up a little bit if you can.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Much better.
Okay, yeah, my question was this. Since people seem to believe that Russell is not simping, I got this real question, because we've all bought cars, right? Everybody probably has bought a car.
Yeah.
So if I have a car that has 300,000 miles, should I pay full price or should I pay a discounted price?
I love that analogy.
Are you comparing women? Wait, are you comparing women to cars? Because now you lost me.
I'm not
about to answer your question. I'm not like no gadget.
Typically, a virgin gets full price, right?
I don't depreciate with value. No. I'm not like
you. Yes, you do.
I don't.
Every woman depreciates over time. Her value is not as high.
Y'all answer that question
yourself. Take it to a house, because everybody loves houses.
I ain't answering that question.
Houses. So if I buy a house that's 100 years old or one that's just brand new, there's two different values for that.
So you bringing up two material things. You brought up a house and a car.
This thing around all the time whenever things change.
Well,
she doesn't have the same value that a quote unquote Beyonce would have. Because
I'm glad that she's not letting you define her value. And
wait.
So she has the body, so the bodies matter.
It do. So, hey, Gino, would you want to answer this question?
It doesn't matter how we feel about it. It just matters what's reality.
The reality is she found her man regardless of what you're saying. That's the reality.
That's fine.
We're not having that.
The same reality is going to set in a couple years, like we seen with Kanye West, who tried to play Super Save Him, and he just got divorced, right?
Yep. That's the perfect example.
He tried to play Super Save Him.
But Kanye, she had been married.
I love it.
Until it just fell apart.
I love it, bro.
That
is the perfect analogy. Perfect analogy, bro.
Okay. This woman has been married twice before him. What makes Kanye think he gonna have a different outcome? That is a different situation.
Hey, y'all simp
Ciara has never been married.
Y'all simp dudes out here, y'all gonna get enough of all of this playing captain. E40 told y'all that way back in the early 90s. You cannot keep saving these women. You are creating a narrative that is going to be bad for a lot. You setting the precedent.
I got a question, Anton.
That's so bad. And y'all still y'all doing the same behavior and expecting different results. It's the very definition of insanity. Stop saving these chicks. Some of these girls are for the streets, and she not yours. It's just your turn, bro. I promise you.
I got a question. So Anton, we know for a fact that there's women who have had children before, right? And they divorce or the husband pass away or whatever circumstances. So from what I understand, what you say, that if a woman has already had child by someone else, then pretty much don't expect to get remarried or to be with anyone at all, right?
If she has small children.
Small, define small.
Not even just small teenage children. If she has children that you have to take care of, then no. You should probably wait. Like, and that's not to say that that's not to say that they can't get married. It's to say that they are looking to marry a certain level of guy. And it's a difference between just finding a man and finding a man at this specific level that has this criteria that usually statistically and according to what it is that they say that they don't want that circumstance and situation.
I don't think everybody.
There's context that got to be added to that.
Okay, because I don't, like I said, I don't define myself as high value, nor do I have a circle of high value people, just regular people.
I think you're getting there, B-Nix. I think you're moving in a direction.
I don't subscribe to that.
It don't matter what you subscribe to, but I think that you're evolving and you're moving in a certain direction that's leveling yourself up to an extent where
we got to call.
It don't matter. It don't
Let
matter.
me finish, JR.
We see the growth.
Right, go ahead. Go ahead, B-Nix, and then we got to call.
No, because no.
All of the viewers and viewers.
Hold on, JR. Because the thing is, we sit up here and we basically say that if you're a woman, right, and if you have a child with someone else that is 18 or younger, and basically you have no chance of getting married or being with anyone.
That's not what we say, though.
No,
we're talking about marrying a hot, because women are not just saying that they want to be married. But they're not just saying that they want to be married, B-Nix. They're saying they want to be married to a certain level of guy. It's different.
I don't care.
Women.
Huh? So all women. So women only date high value. So you have 100, right?
We have Tawana on the panel right now. We have Tawana on the panel right now. Tawana, why wouldn't you? Would you date a guy that's below a certain level? Like, would you just date any regular guy to get married, or do you want to date the highest possible valuable guy that has certain characteristics that align with your values?
The highest.
Thank you.
We said that's like 1%. We said what's that 10% of men, right? So it's not possible. We're talking about something that's not possible for a man to date.
You're going into regression, B-Nix.
No, hear me out. If we said that high value man, of what percentage, Anton?
You're going into regression, B-Nix.
What percent? Tawana, hold on, Tawana.
Because we got a caller, and I don't want the caller to stay away.
Hey, I want to get clarity on this one thing. So how many high value is it? What, 10% of the population or something like that?
I don't know what the percentage is, because
let's go with 10%.
It's not just based off of how much you earn. Character matters also. So
agree.
So we don't know specifically or definitively, but we know one thing, that high value men do make a lot of money. So if you're just basing it just off finances, then you have to take out the other context in order to get
that. So there are men that are available to women that they just not high value, right?
That's correct.
Okay, that's all I wanted to.
All right, so I got a call. We got to get it in. Call's coming in.
Yes, please.
What is E-Black?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Got a question or comment?
Yeah, I got a comment, man. Like, we all missing the fact, like, y'all acting like y'all don't know a lot of things about Ciara. Y'all forgot Ciara was messing with a dude that was like 5'2" called Bow Wow. You know? Like, and
we mentioned that, brother. We meant the 50 Cent. We mentioned all of them.
Come on, man. We all know the story, man. So, and then with Russell Westbrook, we all forget that even his peers,
Wilson, not Westbrook,
co-workers, said that he was bologna sandwich.
That's true.
Remember, his peers said he was bologna sandwich, and nobody would be surprised if Russell Westbrook would be, or Russell Wilson would be messing with a white chick. Nobody would be surprised.
That's true.
So
I agree.
When we talk about the Ciara and Russell situation, we all know what the situation is. Ciara got it in a good situation. She lucked up, and that is what it is.
Yep.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no in betweens in that situation. I think every average person, from McDonald's on up to the doctor's office, knows this situation
what's going on with this. So, in terms of that situation, yeah, it does give a false sense to a lot of people who are not in the upper echelons of Gucci, Fendi, Prada, living life, that they can do the same thing. No, you can't.
All right, E Black.
Maybe 1 out of 30, but not to the caliber of which to the average person.
All right, good.
That's my little situation.
No, bro, you absolutely right. The only thing you was wrong on is the 1 out of 30. It might be the 1 out of 50,000, bro, because she just lucked up. She just got lucky, bro. That's all. She found the ultimate simp. That's all it was.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right.
Oh no, I'm not talking about you, Anson. I'm sorry. I was reading one of those comments.
No, you said what you meant.
No, I was reading one of the comments.
You with me? I got you.
I don't believe in no simps and all that crazy stuff. Russell definitely not a simp. Y'all lost y'all mind. Go ahead. What's this next call?
Right. 1 second.
Could not complete your call. Please.
Somebody call it from the Bahamas.
Somebody's phone got disconnected.
I don't know no dude in their right mind that's wiping up a dude a chick that used to be for the streets, bro. I just don't. I don't know no dude that's like that, bro.
All right, go ahead, caller. What's your name?
Frank, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you okay. You got a question or comment?
Yeah, man. I think Tawana is tapping right now. And the reason being is because I don't really see a difference between her relationship now and Ciara. You were in a relationship back in the day with a guy that you were actually attracted to. And now I guess you kind of leveled up, quote unquote, to get with a guy that has money.
Mm-hmm. So what's your point? I don't know what you're saying.
He's saying that he don't see a difference, and that's probably why you relate to the circumstance so well, because how is it any different from your own personal situation? Which is the same thing that we've been saying to you for a long time.
Let me
let
the caller finish, bro.
Oh, the caller saying something. Go ahead, caller.
Okay.
We all saw what Ciara was attracted to in the first place. She showed us who she was attracted to. That type of guy, that future guy. We all know Russell Wilson is a lame. We all know this.
Okay.
All right, caller. We appreciate you calling in.
Tawana, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come up off that position because you know
First of all, let me just say this. Okay.
That's not right.
I was 23, okay, when I got married the first time. And I absolutely grew in that 10-year marriage and changed what I even thought was something that I liked and was attracted to at the age of 22. I grew up and I was like, I
got another question.
These other things. So you can't say that a person doesn't change and grow and expectations shift. So I don't get his point. Like
the point that he's making is that what you and to a larger extent, obviously, Ciara has done is not realistic for the overwhelming majority of the women, and to frame it as hope is a bad narrative to create for women. That's because it's not a realistic situation.
What I'm saying is the idea of what Ciara is doing with her man is, I'm not saying that every woman is going to meet a Russell or meet a man like my man, right? Who got money and all that. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you that it's not unrealistic to want a man.
Are you calling from the Bahamas? Yeah, man. Okay. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to put you on hold, okay? Sure. I got one more call in front of you, okay?
JR in the back working.
Hey, man. If Buddy got on this, put him on hold. Like an extra fee based on minutes?
Nah. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring in a guy from the Bahamas first, and then I'm gonna go to Janelle, and those gonna be the last two callers. All right, caller, you there?
Good night. How you doing?
We're doing fine. You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I'm calling from the Bahamas, and this conversation is universal. And if you look at what's happening in our today's life, right? The reality TV scene is what's giving women the advice on dating and relationships. And the reason why Ciara is giving women false hope is because they're looking at her life and feeling, well, they can just run the gambit and have all the fun they want when they're young, and they can do all the things that they feel like they can do. And still, when they feel they're ready to settle down, they can snatch a guy like Russell Wilson up, and their life would be, like the Cinderella story or something from Disney World. And I think that's that's ridiculous considering where relationships are nowadays. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. You guys understand?
Yeah, I mean, I think I said that earlier. It's like a fantasy. I mean, it's a celebrity for one, and for two, everybody's situation don't line up the way Ciara's situation lines up. But
I mean, who's saying that it is? Who's saying that everybody?
Everybody is.
There,
we're talking about the hope.
So the hope that a man will treat you right, that you can find love even after you have a child. The hope that all those things, those things are true. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's not a false hope.
Yeah, but Tawana, we sat up here and talked about
you saying that.
We sat up here and talked about from multiple people. I think I actually may have started off this question. It seemed like it was so long ago. I said that it is a fantasy. Does give false hope. And I think that we've had people call in, multiple people from different areas of the country. And I think it's kind of a level of uniformity where, you know what, great for Ciara. Is this a representation of what's general, what happens? No, it's not. So pertaining to the question itself, yeah, it does give this false hope. So I think that we have outlier situations, but if we're talking in generalities, then yeah, it definitely gives false hope. For one, because she's a celebrity, and for two, the world don't work that way. And don't think that way, and it typically just doesn't play out the way that we think this is like a fantasy. Life is not a fantasy.
All right, we're gonna take.
Okay, yeah. I guess y'all not used to men treating women with a level of respect. Like that don't even seem like a fantasy to me. That just seemed like common way to treat people.
Yeah, I'm saying just in that.
I'm not talking about how Russ is treating. The question pertains to Ciara. That's why I keep going back to the question that we were asked. The question asked, does Ciara give false hope? It does.
All right, we're gonna take the final call for the night. It's just our very own from Chicago, Janelle. Janelle, you there?
Yep, I'm here. Hey, you guys.
Hey, how you doing? You got a question or comment?
I have a question. Well, I have a question and a comment.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question for Anton directly. Anton, if she had a baby by Elon Musk or Warren Buffett, would you still be saying she's for the street?
Yeah, I would. The for the streets part was the entirety of her past. It wasn't just because she had a baby from another guy.
I can't hear him.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to kind of turn your YouTube up just slightly a little bit so you can hear him.
I said the for the streets part or from the streets was because of the track record of her past. The fact that she had a baby from another guy is an entirely different cherry that goes on top of that chocolate sundae. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just because she had a baby from another guy. It's the quality of guy that she chose to be her baby's father, and the fact that she got a whole checkered past that we only know of. We don't even know of the whole one. We just know what the Bow Wows, the 50 Cents, and the Futures. So
All right, Janelle, what was your other comment or question?
So my comment was that I think they did each other a service when they linked up. Ciara was a good look for him just as well as he was a good look for her. Russell, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. For a lot of women, For a lot of women, Russell was a nerd.
What?
Russell wasn't necessarily the guy that was attractive. See, this is where you men get it twisted that all men that have money are attractive, and that's just not the case. It's not the not the case that every single man that has money is attractive.
How was she a good look for him?
Keep lying to yourself.
How was she a good look for him?
She said, keep lying to yourself.
Keep stacking those caps, Antoine.
How was she a good look for him? I don't understand that.
Yeah, and what does him having to be a nerd or a lame got to do with it?
Why did he pick her?
Is he not a nerd or lame now?
Why did he pick Ciara?
Hey, like I know it's a slight delay, but Anton asked. What was the question, Anton? So I can ask him.
So why was she a good look for him?
Why was she a good look for him? Janelle, Anton asked. Janelle, do me a favor. Turn on YouTube in the background.
You said turn it down?
Yeah, turn it down. I'm just going to pass the question. What was the question again one more time, Anton?
Why was she a good look for him? Because she said they were a good look for each other. So
Anton
what
wants
was
to
the
know.
good look for him as far as getting her?
Anton wants to know, why was she a good look for him?
Russell wasn't necessarily the ideal guy that all the chicks necessarily would be pandering for if he didn't have a woman that looked like Ciara, that was a boss like Ciara.
He could have had any chick he
Regardless
wanted.
of what
What are
He's
you
a
talking
Super Bowl
about?
quarterback.
He felt
Buddy has
that
always played
she was
sport
an asset
his whole
to
life.
him.
Multi-sport
He could've
athlete.
chose
You can have whatever you want.
But
He
his
could have got
last
anybody he
woman
wanted.
was not
No.
as attractive.
No. He could have chose any woman. Why did he choose Ciara?
That's what we trying to understand, the simp part.
Thank you.
So you agree that he is simp?
Yeah, unless it was a delay. That's what it sounded like.
Because she added value to him. That's why she chose
That's
him.
why.
That's why he chose her.
Well, now I'm curious. So what did she bring to the table? Because he's still the same lame, square quarterback with a championship. So, I mean, I'm curious. I almost want to now ask you questions.
He's
What did he
not,
bring
because
to
he got
what
a
did he
chick
bring
like
to the table?
Ciara.
That's right.
He has a chick like Ciara, so he's not necessarily the same lane.
Everybody wants to know.
Everybody
wants to know what she
Ciara.
bringing
That
to
was
the
an
table.
establishment. Everybody had her.
She's bringing her brand
There's
just like he brought.
Everybody had her.
just
But
like
everybody
he-
had her. Everybody had
You
her.
never
Yeah,
know.
her
I
brand-
might have had
Her brand actually was
Everybody-
over with. Trump music,
What
no
you
one
mean
listens to
everybody
anymore.
Then they
Are
said her
y'all
brand was
serious?
over with.
We're talking about Hollywood.
I don't care.
Right.
We're talking about Hollywood.
I don't care.
They changed.
Ciara's not
They
Hollywood.
changed
She was
partners
Atlanta
like they
hip-hop.
changed their underwear. We're talking about Hollywood.
Ciara wasn't Hollywood. She was Atlanta hip hop, early thousands. Crunk music. It was over. Russell Wilson always been a multi-sport athlete.
I don't care.
Super Bowl winning quarterback, still in the league. He could have whoever he wanted. So I can't sit up here and stand by this and act like Ciara really brought value to him. He is who he is. Hey, that's his decision he made.
Exactly. And again, he can have whoever he wanted, and he chose Ciara.
That's
He
right.
chose Ciara.
Yeah, I'm curious also.
Y'all
Which
are so delusional.
It's the false hope. We can't even articulate what she brings to the table. And we've had now multiple people call in, and I still haven't heard anything substantial.
Nobody would be talking about Russell Wilson besides what he's done in football.
See what I'm saying, B-Nix? They never answer the questions. They always revert back to everybody was
Nobody
talking about
would be
Russell
talking
Wilson.
about him.
Like he was a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Nobody would
Hey,
be
Janelle.
following him. If he was not with Ciara, nobody would be following him.
Hey, Janelle, like Anton says, nobody ever answers the question.
About what?
About what?
What,
What's the
what does
question?
she bring to the table? About what value?
About what she
brought
bringing
to
to the
him.
table.
I did say.
What doesn't she bring to the table is the question.
No, you can't
Yeah,
ask a
Man,
question
I
with a
still don't know
question.
that. I can
You
consider
can't
that.
answer a question with a question.
I don't even know that's a legitimate answer at this point. Actually, I think this is done. JR.
What doesn't she bring to the table?
No, I can't take that. I can't take that as an answer. JR, hit the music.
if y'all can't tell me what she doesn't bring to the table.
No.
Right.
I asked you this question.
They
This
right.
is my
Right.
question.
They
And I'm
can't tell you that, baby.
now asking you. You still don't have an answer.
Multiple albums.
Multiple albums. She didn't even own her own masters until he bought
So
it.
what? She made money off of it.
Oh my God.
She's a model. She's an actress. She does a lot of different things.
Oh man, y'all making this easy now.
Hey Gino, I'm gonna need you to come back next week. I got some
her celebrity
some more
status
game
if
for you,
nothing
bro.
else.
She definitely was still a celebrity.
You know what, Janelle? Thank you for your feedback.
She brought her celebrity status if nothing else.
Hey JR, make sure you bring
Yeah, I forgot.
back for next week.
All right, I'm bring it back. Gino,
Yeah,
you come back next week, Gino?
Celebrity status.
Hold on. Gino, you come back next week?
Hey man, it depends on what y'all talking about, man. I want to add some context. I ain't really trying to talk about somebody's life.
Oh, he getting emotional again, bro.
I agree with him.
I mean, I'm taking context on, so I can comment on it, but you know, like I say, man, it's all about adding value, you know. So
Hey JR, don't run the music real quick. What? Hold on, bro.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You wanna comment, but you wanna add value. What do you mean?
Like after hours or something like that?
No. I'm just honest.
You'll do after hours on Thursday, man.
I'm genuinely curious. Like show is over, whatever. I'm just genuinely curious. Like, what do you mean, bro? When you said that?
So okay, what were we just talking about for the last hour?
What do you mean?
I'm saying we were talking about Ciara and Russ.
No, we was talking specifically about women in relationships and whether or not Ciara's path to success as far as marriage was a good example as far as creating hope for women. So you don't think that that's relevant?
Situation is different.
Huh?
That's my opinion. I think that every situation is different.
Okay, but what does that have to do with whether or not you feel like you add value?
Yeah, I'm saying I can't really comment as much on this particular topic as the other three per se, because like I say, I don't necessarily have anything to say. I don't know enough about their life to really even say anything. Like I said,
but it was 3 other subjects on the thing too.
But I'm saying, hold on. So I'm saying in terms of like I say, my thoughts about it. I mean, we got 3 dudes that she's been with, and I mean, it's like y'all basically shitted on her. And it's just like I don't get it, because every chick, or I should say every woman, has had, or I would think they've had 3 past people. So I mean, that's just like I say, that's my thought. So I don't really have as much to give. I can try to give but that's it,
Thank
but
you,
I mean, I'm saying like
being realistic.
So give your perspective and your narrative.
I did that, but
no. The point comes.
Anton, listen to me. How quiet was I in that last 45 minutes we were talking?
Nobody told you to.
I'm saying how quiet I didn't have anything. You follow? So I'm saying if I can contribute to the podcast, then I will. I'll be glad to come back, and depend on what we're talking about. If I can add value in some kind of way, shape, or form, then I'll be glad to be back.
But part of the value that
hold on, don't overtalk me, Anton. I'm saying if you remember, you're not used to anybody talking to you like a man. I understand that. That's
I agree.
This is different.
No, okay,
so
go ahead.
When you go back,
let you get your big man energy out, and then we gonna deal with it.
When we go back to, since you wanted to stop the show, I'm saying when we go back to the topics that I was getting, and JR knows, it's certain topics where I really don't. I'm not like the news. I'm not going to talk about different people, because, like I say, this is non-judgment zone. I really don't have anything to say about what somebody does with their life. That's so right. It's like as it pertains to everybody else. Like I say, every situation is different. So that's, like I say, that's my opinion. I mean, that's it. You could disagree, you could agree. I'll come back depending on what the topics are. That's that.
All right. So now that you're done, I'm gonna say that honestly, like, the value that you add, in my personal opinion, is based off of the fact that you don't know a lot. You're very ignorant. You're very wet behind the ears. And I need you so that I can use you as an example of what not to do and how to trampoline up. Don't do it.
You're not gonna baby Anton. I know
how to trampoline and what not to be.
I know the kind of you were before you had bread. That's it. It's that
what?
It's been exposed. I know the kind of guy you were before you had bread. It's that simple.
What kind of guy was up? What kind of guy was? What's exposed? I didn't been.
It's very clear. It's very clear that money makes you secure, and that's
I had bread since the beginning of the time, bro.
I'm okay with that. I'm saying
I had bread. I lost it. I got it back. I've been a G my entire life. My whole story on the internet. You can Google me. So I don't know what you talking about, little homie.
Hey man, it's all good, bro. Like I said, I know the kind of guy.
Let's talk about it. You don't want to talk about it
no
no
more?
more?
Kind of guy.
Because I'm not new money. I'm old money.
I know the kind of guy I'm talking to, and it's cool. Like I say, I don't feel any kind of way.
So why you don't want to come back to the show? We need
I'm
inviting you back.
If I can add value, Anton, then I'll come on. If I
you
can
do add value, because we need blue pill dudes like you, so that we can move in a specific direction and we can teach the men how to move differently. We don't need them being simps. We don't need them being suckers. We don't need them validating bad behavior just because they own each his own. Anybody can do what they want to do. Nah, that's not realistic. We're trying to actually help people become better versions of themselves. And if you can be the jump off point for how I can illustrate how people are moving like simps, then we need you on this show. That's what I'm saying.
Listen to what you just said. I want you to rewind the show after this and listen to what you said. Then you'll see exactly where I'm coming from.
Why are you rolling your eyes and looking at the ceiling,
exactly where I'm coming from. I mean, I'm saying, look at what you're doing. You know, it's cool.
Hey, JR, bro. Hey, bro.
No, B-Nix. Listen,
No,
B-Nix, if you want to exit out, you can. But at the same time, again, like, just because he speaks loud or he wants to say, "Oh no, don't overtalk me," don't necessarily mean that he's saying anything. Don't mean that he's saying anything different than what he's been saying the entire show. It's still really bad behavior that he's validating, and so my whole life is online. Like everybody on this, most of the people that tune into the show really know what my whole story is. So what's your story? Like, what, you married, you got baby. What is it? What makes your opinion so valuable just because you talk more and you feel like you being invalidated? What makes you a G and that you add more value when you speak than anybody else on this panel?
But I'm not doing it. You're doing it right now.
Oh, you don't have no story?
You're doing it.
Want to answer the question?
I'm saying you're doing it right now. You feel like the authority on the show. So I'm saying
I am an authority figure.
Exactly. But you don't even know me.
I asked you.
But I'm saying you don't even know me. If you want to ask you, bro, if you want to know me, call me when the show goes off.
Man, I'm not calling you. You know how many people I got that I actually. No, you know how many people that I actually mentor that's actually doing the work, that's becoming a better version of themselves.
All right, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to Lapeef Let's Talk. In case you guys don't know, we are on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Till next time, we out. What up, Tawana?
Nothing.
Like you sober.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah, I know.
Gino. Where'd Gino? He left already.
No, he's still on there. Nick, you good?
Yeah. It was great to have you on the show. I appreciate it. Yes.
We definitely appreciate you.
Definitely should come back for sure.
Yeah, hopefully come back next weekend. Let's get it cracking.
I feel like,
What you feel like?
I feel like Gino, I think that what happened is like Gino gave his opinion and then he was done with it. Like he ain't draw it on and make I think that was the great part about it, because it was like this, this how I feel. And I think it represents showing that everything is not always narrow, not always black and white, So that's what I appreciate about it, because it's like we always be in this little bubble on the show where it's like, this is just it. This is how men think. This is how women think. That's it. Like sometimes we need to think outside of that.
I appreciate that, Twan.
That's what I appreciate about your perspective. Yep.
All right. Definitely appreciate you. All right, good shit, Gino. Appreciate you coming out.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, y'all be easy.
You too.
Yo.
There's a few of y'all still on here. We definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thursday's gonna be the day, 7:30. We're going live every Thursday. JI, I appreciate you. Most definitely for the super chat. It's a movement. We have those tough conversations that don't nobody else have. We have no problem having it. You feel me? Still a pink, purple pill. But they ain't seen the green pill. I appreciate it. Definitely need these conversations, Derek. I appreciate you. I always see you every week, man. I appreciate the loyalty. Got the makers.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Germ Derm. don't think Gino coming back? We'll see. Chicago everything. Definitely. Who Rick Ross? Who is that? Is that Anton? Anton Rick Ross?
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Thought it was Rick Ross. That's funny. Definitely appreciate you, Vonnie. Shout out to you. Enjoy. Definitely gonna be a vibe. Unknown user, I appreciate you. Super chat. Definitely appreciate you. Put in a lot of work, man. I'm really trying to do something big and major. I can't wait till we start touring. This pandemic is just messing everything up. But we definitely gonna be touring. We're gonna have a live show. I want y'all let me know what city y'all want us to come to. We definitely gonna vibe. Oh, Anton. Came back in.
Bam. I know the people want to hear me kick it. Yeah, they want to kick it with your boy.
He definitely do. He has people in the comments. Exactly.
Let me look at these comments, see what's happening real talk, bro. Because, it's a lot of people that had a lot to say, but they don't. Let me see what's happening in here. Let's see what's happening in the comments. I'm going to address y'all directly.
Why not? After hours.
Let's see. Who got something to say? What up, though? What up, though? Everybody from Detroit, what up, though? You know what? Let me see. Kalisa. Hey, Kalisa had a lot to say during the show. I was paying attention to what Kalisa was talking about. Hey, Kalisa, you don't understand that I am the show, yo. Like, I give y'all what y'all want. Y'all want to whine and complain and talk about, Anton shouldn't be like this, let off. These people need the truth, yo. They need exactly what it is that we giving them. And if we don't give them the truth, then who will? But I'm not going to continue to enable bad behavior just because y'all get emotional about a lot of what a lot of these dudes is talking about. Yo, if they want to come on and they feel like they built to have these conversations, then we going to have them. But we not going to pity pat. We not going to mince words. We not going to act like we validating good behavior. We not rocking like that. We going to do what we do. And the truth is the truth. In the same way that people feel like they can say whatever they want to say to me, I feel like I can spit the truth right back at them. So that just is what it is.
Anton, I was just telling them I can't wait till we start touring. And I was just trying to.
And I'm going to be right there front and center talking to y'all directly when we get out here on this road and get in the streets. In the same way that I talk to y'all on my other channels, the same way that I am on my Instagram, I'm going to be out here in these streets and y'all can say exactly what y'all think to my face. That's exactly how I'm rocking this here.
You got a comment, Anton, you make good points, but most of the time you let your money blindfold you.
No, it's not that I let my money blindfold me. What it is just that I done did the work. So the money is a reflection of the work that I've done. And if you familiar with my story, then y'all understand that I went through it. Like I had everything, lost everything, and got it all back. So I encourage people to do the work. And a lot of people like to look at the money and say, oh, he think he better than everybody else. But that's just an excuse as to why you not what you're supposed to be. You use other people's success stories and try to use it against them to try to invalidate them like you can't relate. When realistically, you need to be looking at me and saying, yo, he was a regular guy just like me. and you can do the work too. So if you can get in your bag and rock with me, I can give you the blueprint as to how you can do things differently. Stop making excuses and let's grind, man. Let's stop whining about, oh, he got the money. Yeah, you should be celebrating the fact that I got all the money and I can buy what I want and I do what I want. My chick can go wherever she want to go, and my daughter has got the best options ever in the world. You should be celebrating that. Nah, but you want to use that as the jump off point as to why you can't relate or why you can't rock with me. Get in your bag, get out of your feelings, and stop whining about how much money I got and do your thing, bro. Celebrate me instead of knocking me down, because I empower so many people to be successful if you really only knew. What else they talking about? What we talking about? This y'all moment. I got time just for y'all tonight. What else they saying? I can't get down to it as much, JR.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
So y'all don't want me to be entertaining? Hey, do y'all want me to be drab and be like and be boring and just y'all don't like me when they speak in Japanese? Y'all want me to make everybody feel good and I put the hats on and stuff like that? Hey, but also make sure y'all go to Lapeef.com and pick up the hat too. But y'all don't want me to entertain. Y'all want me to be cornbally and boring. I'm not about to be boring for y'all. If you don't rock with it, then you don't rock with it. But this is real life. I'm using my real life as an opportunity to entertain y'all, and y'all should appreciate it. Stop being in your feelings so much, man. Let's rock.
Yeah, we're gonna have somebody call in.
Hey, he said, how did the show start, JR?
The show started probably about a little under a year ago. You know, Gino was actually on the show. It started off with just me and Gino, actually. And then I had to be Nick's. You know, you got to understand personalities. A lot of people always ask me this question, like, how did it happen? You got to understand personalities. I know the type of person I am. I know the type of person Gino is. And I know what type of person B Nix is. B Nix is one.
So you saying that it was you, B Nix, and Gino that started the show, right?
No, it was me and Gino.
So it was you and Gino that started the show,
right? We was in talks, and I had the idea. You know, I had the logo, and then I introduced it to him. And then so what happened was I felt that me and Gino, it was plain. So I brought B Nix in, and we were just doing strictly audio. And then after that, I remember I was on Instagram, and that's when I met you. And then we just kind of chopped it up. Maybe about 6 to 9 months later, we kind of chopped it up. And then you became part of the show.
Hold on. Before you finish the story. Hey, Mary. Is it Mary Terrell? Hey, I see your comments all of the time. I think that you secretly like me. Hit me up in my DMs, and I'm going to see what I can do for you in order to scratch that little itch you got, because you comment all the time, and you got so much smoke. But I like you because I feel like you're truly my biggest fan. But go ahead, JR.
Yeah, so like I met Anton. Anton became part of the show. And then after Anton became part of the show, I was having a lot of people saying that we needed a female perspective. So Tawana became part of the show. And there you have it. That became like the Lapeef Let'sTalk show. And that's how you guys started to rock with us. We had, you know, different variations of personalities. We had humor. We had different perspectives. The whole key is not having everybody to have the same opinion. Periodically, we have some guests on the show, and I already know Anton is going to come for him, which, you know, he did tonight. So whenever you come on the show, if you ever make it to be a guest on the show, you just got to make sure you're ready. Make sure you know what you're talking about, because I guarantee you Anton is listening. So the show is going to keep growing. We're going to keep bringing that dope content. We're going to be touring. We're going to keep elevating. So you just stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Please share. Please share this channel to whoever you know, because it definitely is something that's different out here. You know, we the best show ever.
No yeah, problem. I agree. What other questions y'all got? Hey, she didn't respond after I said that I know that she secretly liked me, but
we got a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah. I was just calling in, just kind of shout out to y'all, man, because I was listening. I just started listening to the show a couple of days ago, and I guess the topic that I need to speak on is what y'all was talking about, like the Russell Wilson and the Ciara thing. Or y'all just doing just like general comments?
Oh, we doing whatever, man. Whatever you want to talk about.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of do. Well, then I hate to bring up somebody else because this is y'all podcast, but I think y'all did like a springboard off of dialogue and off of the other gentleman who has a podcast that y'all seem to enjoy, Kevin Samuels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my guy. I talk to Kev pretty regularly. We actually we text back and forth, we speak back and forth, and
I can barely hear you, homie.
Oh, he can't hear me, JR.
Yeah, I gotta kind of fix that. Can you hear him at all, or you just can't? Does he sound?
Can you
low?
hear me at all?
No, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, here sounds real low. Because I agree with both of y'all, though. That's why I was trying to, just kind of chop it up with both of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. That's something I got to figure out on the technology side. But go ahead, keep talking now, son. Let me see if he hear you.
No, I was just saying that I talked to Kev. I call him Unc, but I talk to Unc pretty regularly. We text back and forth. We speak back and forth. We actually gonna link up and we doing some stuff. We putting some stuff together for y'all, but Unc is my guy. Like, he a heavy supporter of me. He a heavy supporter of what we doing here. And that's probably why a lot of our values and the things that we talk about align pretty closely, because we rock with each other. Like, that's he dope. And I think that he's valuable. A lot of people don't like his delivery. So a lot of people don't like my delivery, but
right.
The beautiful part about that, though, is
I can barely hear you, and I don't mean to overtalk you, but I can barely hear you. But I can kind of hear a little bit what you're saying, and I agree with about 80%. I ain't gonna say I agree with 100% of what he's saying, but as it relates to women taking into consideration what men want, as opposed to it always being about them, is something that resonated with me, which kind of made me kind of, perk my ears up in my relationship. But my relationship is cool though, but it's still some of the points that he makes is basically what men do, talk about it and desire, and talk about with their homeboys or partners and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel you, bro.
Yeah. So that's about it, man. I just wanted to call in, man, because I appreciate y'all's show, man. I'm sitting here trading up the foreign market as I, chop it up with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool.
I feel you, bro. I appreciate
it.
Man.
All right then, man.
I definitely appreciate you, definitely.
I think that is he off the phone?
Yeah, he off.
I think a lot of what people don't understand is that, and I guess we talking about this because this is kind of like the after show and this is after the show or whatever. But a lot of what y'all don't understand is that you can't have a lot of the same type of people on the show. Like, we've had people, we rock with everybody, right?
Turn the YouTube down, call.
We want different people and different personalities all the time. Because
Anton.
Yeah, go ahead, fam. Go ahead. Shoot your question, bro.
Go ahead, caller. What's your question?
Yeah, Anton. Why is it such a taboo for men, especially black men, to have this conversation, in particular about relationships, like how we talk about black women, we critique them. Why is it such a taboo nowadays?
It's the same caller for Bahamas?
Yeah, from Bahamas, yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you now, yeah.
So can you say the question one more time, bro?
Why is it such a taboo for men, especially black men, to have this conversation, in particular about relationships and how we talk about black women and how we criticize them or critique them, not really criticize? Why is that such a taboo for today's society?
I don't think that it's taboo. I think that I think we've always done it, you know what I'm saying? But it was barbershop talk. It was living room talk. But I don't think that we've ever had a platform or have been enabled by anybody or anybody has taken the reins and say, yo, it's okay to have conversations on the other side, because we've always let women have conversations, not let them, but women have always had conversations out loud about what it is that they want and empowering each other and what they need to do differently and all of these type of stuff. But although guys have always had the conversation, we've never had it openly. So what you had was a lot of guys listening to women or listening to other guys that don't necessarily know what they're talking about. They don't embody the characteristics of real men, but they've had these conversations out loud and they've been championed by women, right? Whereas now you're seeing a shift. You're seeing guys that's waking up from their slumber or guys that have been suppressed for so long and never had a voice. And now they get an opportunity to get behind somebody or get behind people that's actually speaking a language. So it's not that I'm always right because I'm open to being wrong. And it's not that we don't need to have a conversation, is that we need to be open to the possibility that somebody may see something differently than us. And we can have those ruffles in the living room or those barbershop conversations where we get aggressive with each other or we talk openly with each other and then we figure it out. But if we unwilling to have a conversation because everybody is trying to silence everybody because they don't like what I say or they don't like what this other guy say, if we unwilling to check each other and have open and honest conversation and dialogue, then how can we truly learn and actually empower each other to be better versions of ourselves? So I think that guys have just been suppressed, but the conversation has always been taking place to a larger or to a smaller extent.
Yeah, I appreciate this conversation because I've always had this perception that women always talk about men not wanting to communicate and they don't open up and they don't talk. But I always think that women don't listen.
I agree. But I mean, again,
we don't communicate, but I don't think they listen.
But it's not that we don't communicate, it's that we look to communicate effectively. Because a lot of women think that just because they talk or just because they talk loud, that they're communicating. But that's not communication. That's just talking. And communication is me listening to you, you listening to me.
I'm trying to listen from the YouTube because I can hear the last part.
What did he say?
Go ahead. I think you didn't hear the last part.
I said that when people think that communication is just talking and that's not communicating. You gotta communicating is body language. It's a lot of other things. So I just think that now that guys have been willing to do the work and they say, you know what, we don't have to settle. Now that people are forced to listen to you because you create the dialogue and you dictate exactly where the conversation is going to go because now people have to listen to you in order to get you to buy into what it is that, it's almost like a job. Like at this point, for me, if I was to look for another job or if I was to take a job, right?
Hold on, caller.
I'm interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing me. Like they have to pay attention to my needs because I'm not just filling the need for them. They have to fulfill a need for me because they see the value that I bring to the table. So now the dialogue is shifting a little bit more because they're realizing that, yeah, you got something to say because you got something that I want.
All right, go ahead, caller. Question, comment?
Well, actually, it's a comment. My biggest thing is I'm gonna double down on what Antoine said. We heard women about
you kind of sound a little funny. Are you talking on a speakerphone or a Bluetooth?
No, I'm actually talking on my.
I can hear him.
Can you hear me now?
I'm good, JR.
Okay, go ahead.
I said we've heard our women complain for decades about us. From Oprah Winfrey to Donahue, you don't need a man, to just everybody's empowering women, to even to the point that they don't want even the boys to say anything. They want boys to express. We automatically are aggressive if we're a boy. The point of the fact is, it's like an old preacher used to say, the chickens are coming on the roof. The men now have had enough. We're at the table. Either you want to come in and be part of this table, or we can go other places. And what's upsetting women is, for decades, we've taken it with a silent limp. Respect your mama, respect your queen, respect your elders and women and so forth. And it's come to a point that like my dad used to say, how many times can you be pissed on until it's raining outside?
Yep.
It's going to eventually become enough is enough. And that's what the men today have come to. Let's take away the high quality men. Let's take away the men in general. If you have a woman that makes a little bit more than you and you're making $40,000, $50,000, they look down at $40,000, $50,000 like it's nothing. We're not equally yoked. We're not this and not that. I have a lifestyle. I had my son. My son is 24. I had my son, now he makes $60,000 a year. I had my son a woman tell him that you don't make enough to make me feel like a queen. But this chick literally lives in the project with her mama and her sister with 5 kids. For real? Are you serious? And he
Yeah.
just went off the plain aspect that she looked good. And now it's a point that, like you said, the women have become belittling so much towards their men that the men are set up.
Yeah, I agree.
Saying, we're willing to still sit at the table and talk, but we got to talk like adults and be treated with respect. But you want us to honor you in the process of belittling us. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
I agree.
Appreciate you.
I agree 100%, bro. The only thing that I would add to that, though, JR, for him, is to make sure when he having conversations, I think he said his son, to make sure his son understand that don't even entertain that conversation and validating anything that whoever that chick was or whatever. Like, don't feel as though you need to measure up to her expectations. You just continue to do the work and understand that the women come with it. Whatever it is that you're supposed to have, or whatever woman is going to align with you in your life, make sure you continue to have your preferences and your standards, and don't even entertain women that feel like they need to have a lot to say, and they're not even in a position to even get you in the first place. Like, you dope, and just keep doing the work.
Right. Hey, Kim, you there?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. What's your question or comment?
Oh, I wanted to comment on the whole Russell and
Can you speak
Ciara
up a little
situation.
bit? We have a little trouble hearing you. Speak up just a little bit.
I wanted to comment on the Russell Wilson and Ciara situation.
Mm-hmm.
I do understand that she does give people the false idea that this can happen for them due to the fact that everybody is not like her. But in reality, most women who do look like her, who are super bad, can pretty much come and go when it comes to relationships. Because there's always somebody who's willing to accept them.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that these type of women we're not talking about just getting a man. We talking about getting the highest earning man or the highest value man, which, again, I don't necessarily look at Russell Wilson as like the epitome of what I would, align with from a character perspective as far as a man or whatever. Like, yeah, he a good guy and all of that. But the point is that these women want the top of the top men. And it's only so many of those to go around, number one. And number two, they don't operate in a way in which we highlighted Ciara as the trophy pedestal by which these men are looking to choose women. They not rocking like that. And so to give women this expectation that these top of the top men are selecting these type of women when Russell Wilson is validating this behavior, I think is a false narrative.
Kim, I want to ask you a question. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. There's always a man that's doing better than you. Yeah. With that being said, do you feel like Ciara will ever cheat on Russell at some point?
Her cheating depends on the type of woman she is. It could happen and it could not happen. It's very hard to determine cheating off of just blank statements, but women do cheat if there's a situation where their relationship is lacking. So if sex is lacking, financial is lacking, and he's not satisfying you, then yeah, you most likely are going to cheat.
Okay, I just want to say this. It's kind of alarming to me because Future is the complete opposite of what Russell is. So I look at Russell as more as being a provider, stability, as I stated earlier within the show. So with that being said, it seems as though Russell is lost in the sauce. It seems like Ciara is in complete control of what's going on. as she has been for the most part. I don't think she had control over Future, but I think that she did, dumb down a little bit in the guy that she was with because she's looking at the bigger picture. But how long does that last? Is that something that's going to be like enough in the long run?
Yeah, if that's what you want. Most women want control. Most women are not willing to relinquish control.
She can have all the control she wants, but is she going to be satisfied in the long run?
As long as she's getting what she wants. Until
I don't know. I mean, I don't think money can replace that itch, that urge.
It's not necessarily about money. Also, it's also what you want. Right? You're getting a guy who's willing to do picnics with you, a guy who's willing to do family pictures with you. It's about everything, not just.
I don't think she's gonna cheat, Jr.
You don't think so?
Nope. Because I mean,
somebody who's willing to cater to your every need. Then no, why would you cheat?
I think that she.
Fantasyland.
But he a meal ticket though. I don't think she's gonna cheat, but I don't think that he's the type of guy that's never gonna give her a reason to. I don't think that she's gonna cheat. I really don't, honestly. I guess it works for him, right? It works for both them and her, but I don't know, man. He just operate like a guy that's been sheltered his whole life, and I just don't understand. I just don't understand, man. It just don't make no sense to me.
All right, Ken, we appreciate you calling in. All right, Anton, I think we're gonna. I know we're gonna end this one.
Well, I hope I gave y'all what y'all wanted. Listen, I'm giving y'all everything y'all possibly want when it comes to visibility. My whole life is online, and I rock with y'all. And the last thing I want to say is that when it comes to I am okay with being wrong too.
Hey, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Oh, somebody else rocking? All right.
Yeah, I just answered. Go ahead. It's the last call, caller. Go ahead.
All right, appreciate it. I'm trying to get in. Actually just got a comment. Anton, you my G, appreciate it. New to the show, Lapeef, it's legit. Love the music that you play.
Appreciate it.
But let me move on. Let me digress. To address, like, a lot of calls that called in and pretty much addressed most of the issues or most of the things I wanted to talk about. And it's really an issue, I think, because the way society is now, too many people have been conditioned to act on emotion, make decisions based on emotions, come up with ideas based on emotions, work based off of emotions. And when it comes down to it, if you have to make a decision or a plan, you can't factor in emotions into it because it will always dilute what you're trying to do. It's like if you're a business, you're going into a business, you can't go in there crying and start crying and saying, hey, well, I don't like this because it makes me feel like whatever. No, because business is business at the end of the day. It's like with women having issue with, the Kevin Samuels situation. They're all focusing on the things that they don't like because it makes them feel like they're being exposed. And it's like, instead of just looking at the facts of the situation, they just attack one or two little bit moments, and it's like, well, look at the facts. Is he saying anything that's more or less incorrect? While at the same time ignoring the fact that the man is also trying to unite people. He's not necessarily trying to separate us. He's trying to bring back the black love that we should have without necessarily having too many women that have this masculine mindset, thinking that they are too above every other man around them.
I agree.
So it's like, I think at the end of the day, it's like, it's more, it's a harsh reality check for them that they just cannot seem to get a hold of. And like the other young lady was saying about, when women get what they want, they'll be fine. It's like, it's a control thing. It's like, if they don't have any control over the things that they have coming towards them, they just flip out and they freak out, not understanding that you don't have any control.
Yeah, I get you. I feel you.
I guess the best way I can put it.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
All right, y'all.
What you think, JR? What's your thoughts about the show today?
I can barely hear Anton.
All right, caller. Appreciate you calling in.
All right, bro.
Said my thoughts for the show. The show was good. I think it was something that was needed. You know, always like different perspectives. I'm curious as to if Gino gonna come back or not. You know, I
think I was too hard on him.
No, I don't think you're too hard. I mean, I think that.
Oh, I'm not gonna be no different. I'm just wondering what your opinion is.
Nah, I don't think he was too hard. I think it's just something that's gonna just, make them stronger. You know, I mean, sometimes people, like when they have a new experience, as far as when it comes to criticism or attacks, you know, sometimes it either can strengthen them or it can weaken them. So I guess we're gonna find out. I think that it shouldn't matter the topic. You know, if you're on a platform like this, I think that you should just be ready for whatever the topic is.
What do you want to talk about? What do you want to? We want to talk about Black Power or something? What is it? What do you want to talk about?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have a conversation with him. I'm not really sure, but you know, any topic. It's some topics that I might not want to talk about, or it's some topics that you guys might not agree on. But I just think that the conversations has to be had. You know, whether you like it or not. So I think that's your perspective, and sometimes it may be things that you might not have ever thought about, but the fact that it is a topic, it has you thinking. You know, for the better or for the worse, depending on what you gain from the conversation. So I think it was a good show. I'm not mad at it. I enjoyed it.
Oh no, I always think it's going to be a good show. You know, I'm gonna come on and do my thing no matter what. So, Yo, if y'all callers is on here trying to get on the show, just be ready. Just know, if you speak in Japanese, I got something for you.
All right, y'all. Till next time. We definitely appreciate you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Set the notifications. A lot of times people don't even know when we go live, or we go live one time and then they miss it. They say, man, I missed it. Set the notifications along with the subscription.
And make sure y'all telling y'all friends to subscribe to the channel, fam, because if they missing out on this valuable information, then you being a bad friend, all right?
Yeah. All right, we appreciate y'all. Yeah.
I don't care. What? I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
We out. Y'all have a good night.